Urkel. How's it going? Oh, hang on. Oh boy, that's embarrassing. That's for one thing. There we go. Oh. How's it going, Urkel? Welcome to the stream. So, oh right, what are we doing today? We are looking at weird lawsuits, crazy lawsuits, crazy weird lawsuits. Yeah. So let's take a look at some of the weirdest lawsuits ever. Okay, give me one second. How's your day going, Urkel? Hey, Zappy Fry, how's it going? All right, guys. So let's turn that up. Okay, so yeah, we are looking at some of the craziest lawsuits ever. All right. First thing I'm gonna ask, hot today. Yeah, I kind of noticed that too. I had to turn up the AC at my place. It is like crazy hot. Like I'm just sitting here right now and the AC's on and I feel a bit warm. So wait, I sound so spoiled. Oh my god, I feel warm. Okay, guys, we're gonna take a look at how's it going, Zappy Fry? What up with you? Okay. Yeah, there we go. We got it going. Okay. So yeah, the 7 most ridiculous lawsuits of all time. Oh, okay, I'm glad you're doing good. That's awesome. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, wait, what the heck is this? I'm Effie, the firm's AI chat box. Okay, I was like, yeah. Yeah, so you're hot but good. That sounded weird. Um, okay, let's see what's going on here. You guys have probably heard of some pretty messed up lawsuits. These are the 7 most ridiculous according to ilawsuit.com. I love it. Like they just stick an I in front of everything. Okay, so without further ado, let's see if I can memorize. Oh, okay. Number 1, man sues Budweiser for failing to help him attract beautiful women. Um, okay. That's something different. Let's see. Budweiser wasn't the first company to use gorgeous and flirtatious women in their ad campaign, nor were they the last. After all, sex sells. This wait sells us. I don't get that. Yeah, exactly. Oh shoot! Especially. Oh my god, what the heck is up with like? For the beer guzzling American man. What they may not have planned for, however, was just how convincing their advertising tactics truly were. Urkel, good day there. Good day, Urkel. Why does it say in Japanese? Ohio gozaimasu. That's awesome. Yeah, this is a weird lawsuit. Sad, lonely Richard Overton filed a lawsuit against Anheuser-Busch. I know I'm butchering that name. In 1991, because despite consuming more and more of their beer in order to lure the attractive women in their ads, the lager failed to make his fantasies of having beautiful women fawn over him a reality. Overton sued Anheuser-Busch for $10,000, claiming to have suffered emotional distress, mental injury, and financial loss. Needless to say, the case was dismissed. Okay, so you might be reading this saying, like, okay, yeah, anybody could file a lawsuit for anything. Like, yeah, it'll just get dismissed. But hold on to your hats, folks. There's going to be some pretty crazy shit happening to like stuff where you're like, there's no freaking way. Like, yeah, no. And it just, it happens. Like, the lawsuit actually goes through and the person wins, and you're just like, WTF. Very cool. Man sues for failing attract women. Shame, since shame, I have only my personality and looks to blame. Carcella, you're too hard on yourself. Oh my God. This is ridiculous. Like, if anything, I think the beer's supposed to make the women look better, if anything. I don't know if it's supposed to make you look better, but it's supposed to make the women look better. So maybe the women that the person can usually attract looks hotter. Okay, what is this? Pennsylvania graduate school student. I love how they show a picture of like an elementary school kid. Pennsylvania graduate school student sues teacher over C plus grade. What? Since when do you get letter grades in grad school? Okay, I don't even know. I thought letter grades is only for elementary. Okay, whatever. You've heard of students begging for better grades, offering too late to complete extra credit assignments, and even bribing teachers to raise their scores. But it isn't often that we hear about a student suing over an unsatisfactory grade. Graduate student Megan Thode, and that's even more, like they put a picture of a guy here. Like, come on, that's messed up. Was more than displeased when she discovered that her mediocre C plus grade would prevent her from getting her intended degree and becoming a licensed therapist. Why are you going to grad school to become a therapist? Are you kidding me? Like, that's just retarded. I'm sorry. According to Thode's math, this would cost her $1.3 million in lost earnings. This case might ring a bell as it is currently being heard in Northampton County Court. Urkel, doubt me too old already. Would look SUS at best. I don't. What is that? I keep hearing people use SUS. Like, what the heck does that even stand for? I feel so out of the loop. Steffi Fry, you can do that. I would get A's. Wait, what? What's suspicious? Oh, thank you for clearing. How do I not know what these things stand? There's so many freaking acronyms. Like, I can tell you what the acronym laser or scuba stands for, but I don't know what the heck SUS is for. There's so many freaking things. Like, yeah. Okay, wow. The McDonald's hot coffee lawsuit. I love how the person's picture here is never like accurate. Like I think it was an old woman, wasn't it? At least they got the gender right this time. Americans began to question the judicial system when this infamous case hit national headlines. The incident that led to the lawsuit occurred when McDonald's customer Stella Liebeck spilled coffee in her lap while driving. When the public got wind of the news, the questioned everybody sardonically. Okay, guys, I don't know what the hell that means. Okay, and I don't want to feel stupid for not knowing that. Because, like, what the hell? I've never. What? Zappy Fry, yeah, the clown is not that happy. Yeah, I know, right? Clowns are not that happy, especially the McDonald's clown. Urkel. And yeah, let me sue teacher because I sucks at learning certain subjects. Yet I still pour money into that, and I hope you will let me pass. That's funny. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is jokes, guys. When the public got wind of the news, the question everybody maybe sarcastically? What the hell is sardonically? Didn't she know the coffee was served hot? Oh my gosh. What the hell? It's like letting pass a brain surgeon just because he felt like it. No, sorry, but yeah, fuck. Jokes. LOL, I am close to class. I need a pass. That's good. That's good. Oh my gosh. What is going on in this world, guys? Okay, but when digging deeper into the case, some might argue that Liebeck had legitimate reasons to sue. Liebeck versus McDonald's restaurants was a 1994 product liability case that questioned the scorching temperature of the coffee that was served to her. The normal temperature of coffee is between 130 and 140 degrees. Okay, that's Fahrenheit, people. Let's do a quick conversion for those of us who are non-Americans. Let's split the difference. 135 Fahrenheit to Celsius. Wow, I have the wrong case on. 57 Celsius? Holy shit, that is hot. Um, the Zappy Fry was the opposite day. Hot coffee equals cold coffee. What? I mean, yeah, it is kind of ridiculous. Obviously, it's hot, but maybe it was too hot. Like, I was out once getting coffee with a friend, and they literally filled his cup up to the rim. I swear to God, like the lid came off, and it just spilled onto his hand because they didn't leave even a millimeter of a gap. Oh my gosh. I mean, if a therapist cannot deal with his own issue, it is not a little bit ironic. Feel like fail already at that point. Yeah, right? Totally agree. Like, what the hell? What's going on here, guys? That's pretty hot, guys. So while Liebex was served between the temperatures of 180 and 190, but how did they determine that? That's the question. This caused her to suffer third-degree burns that covered 6% of her body. Holy crap! And what a spot. Okay, inappropriate. After much debate, Stella Liebeck was awarded $640,000. Her compensatory damages were reduced by 20% because a jury ruled that her injuries were 20% her fault because she should have known not to have held her coffee in her lap without a lid. What? Zappy Fry, WTF, I'm in the wrong business. Yeah, what the hell is going on? I can't imagine how many people came forward after her and tried to do the same thing. You know, oh, my coffee's hot. But I think maybe after that they started labeling it. But I mean, it's hot. But oh, this is the one that the title is named after, guys. Okay, get ready for it, folks. This is where it really goes down. Man sues himself and asks the state to pay. What? Time behind bars can lead inmates to some seriously peculiar ideas. In 1995, inmate Robert Lee Brock from Indian Creek Correctional Center filed a lawsuit against himself for a whopping $5 million for violating his own civil rights. What? Zaki Fry, maybe this is something else to consider. Brock contended that his religion forbids the use of alcohol, and that even so he made the choice to drink, which led him to commit the crimes that had him sent behind bars in 1993, breaking and entering and grand larceny. Oh my god. I caused myself to violate my religious beliefs, Brock insisted. He angrily demanded $5 million from himself, but insisted that the state should pay it on his behalf because he was a, quote, warden of the state. As you may guess, the case was swiftly dismissed. Oh man, that is jokes. What? Love your responses, guys. That's too good. Yeah. How do you see yourself? Number 5, a $10 dry cleaning bill turns into a $67 million civil lawsuit? What? Sure, we've all had our issues with customer service, but who knew that the phrase satisfaction guaranteed could encourage a multi-million-dollar legal battle? In May 2005, Roy L. Pearson was preparing to begin his new job as administrative judge and was looking forward to sporting a nice suit for his first day at work. He brought a pair of pants to a dry cleaner for alterations, and they went missing. Pearson first demanded $1,150, wow, or $1,150 for an entire brand new suit rather than just the pants. The Chungs, who were the owners of the dry cleaner, first offered $3,000, then $4,600, and finally $12,000 for the missing suit. But Pearson continued to push the envelope. Wait, wasn't he only asking this much? So if they offered him so much more, why didn't he just take it? 2 years later, Pearson decided on a nice rounder number. The explanation of the $67 million he chose to sue for included emotional damages, legal fees, although he represented himself. Yeah, he's a judge. Whoa, man, yeah, that's the worst thing. Don't piss off a judge, guys. 10 years of car rental fees so that he could frequent another dry cleaner, and the $395 value of the pants themselves. Pearson not only lost the case, he was required to pay the defendant's legal fees, and a judicial panel recommended that Pearson not receive a 10-year term on the bench. Oh. I'll stick with Judge Judy for now, guys. Well, that was messed up. Man sues Michael Jordan for facial resemblance. Are you kidding me? These guys don't even, no, they don't even look the same. Seriously. Like, this guy clearly has, like, more, like, he's lighter, first of all, and he has more defined eyebrows. We thought everyone wanted to be like Mike, but in a bizarre 2006 case, Portland man Alan Heckard proved us wrong. Heckard filed a lawsuit against Michael Jordan and Nike founder Phil Knight for a combined $832 million. I love how it just ends the sentence. I was going to say $832, and then I see million at the start of the next line. What the fuck? Half of the amount, $416 million, was aimed at Jordan simply for having similar facial features, while the other $416 million was aimed at Nike for turning Jordan into the recognizable figure that he is. Heckard had been mistaken for the NBA superstar for the last 15 years and had grown tired of it. Wouldn't that be like an amazing thing if you looked like a celebrity and people kept thinking you were them? Like that would just give you undue attention and you could probably succeed in like, I don't know, anything you try. Heckard told the court that Jordan caused him emotional pain and suffering, defamation, and personal injury. Heckard eventually dropped the suit. Okay, guys, seriously, if I look like a celebrity, I would just like call up the most expensive restaurants who like you can't get a reservation to and just be like, yo, I'm so and so. And then when I show up, they'll be like, oh my God, it's her. And I'll be like, yeah, bitches. 7. High school student sues for being woken up in class. What? In 2008, sleepy 16-year-old Connecticut high school student Vinicius? Okay, I'm butchering that again. Vinicio, I think it's a ch, right? That's probably Italian. Vinicius Robacher dozed off during class and was awoken when his math teacher, Melissa Nadeau, smacked her palm down on his desk. The student's parents decided to sue Danbury High School, the Connecticut Board of Education, and the city of Danbury on his behalf, claiming that Vinicio suffered, quote, severe injuries to his left eardrum. Yeah, it's definitely not coming from like the earphones he's wearing and blasting in his ears, right? That people can hear from across the room. The case was dismissed, and Vinicius has been mocked by his fellow students ever since. Love it! And justice is served, guys, once again. Although you can't have too much faith in the justice system. Sometimes shit doesn't. So we will be seeing some crazy shit today where you're just like, what? How the bleepenheimer did that pass? Okay. Okay, guys, we're gonna check this. What is this? Bad. Lovely. A man sues himself. Oh, yeah. Okay, there we go. So we kind of already saw that, but I wonder if it's a new one. That would be jokes. Anyways, remember Stella Liebeck, who was burned by McDonald's hot coffee and was awarded 2.9 million? Wait, wasn't she awarded 640,000? I thought that's what we just read. But what? For a long time, she was the poster. Maybe that's like after. Maybe there's like different parts to the lawsuit. For a long time, she was the poster girl for ridiculous lawsuits. The case shocked the world at the time, but frivolous lawsuits have become common since then. In today's litigious environment, some cases stand out because they are so absurd. 24/7 Tempo searched online archives of various news sites to find 25 examples. Okay. Living in a country with a well-established judicial, ugh, how to say that 10 times fast. Judicial. I can't. Offers an opportunity to use the courts to achieve justice for whatever wrongs people see. While most cases have merit, sometimes the wrongs being sued are not what most people would consider to be unjust. Okay. From a kidnapper suing his victims for failing to help him escape the authorities? What? To people suing for being misled that a sugary snack has a lot of sugar? There are many bizarre lawsuits that many may not believe are real. You be the judge of whether they have merit. What? That is too funny, guys. I think, you know something that you can probably sue for? The fact that they advertise like Impossible meat and Impossible burgers as being healthier than actual meat. I get that the meat that is in regular burgers comes from a feedlot and the animals are raised really inhumanely, and it's not good to support those kinds of practices, but I mean, what the hell is it in Impossible Burger? Like, what did they put in it to make it taste like beef? Okay, vegetables don't taste like beef, so they have to add some shit to that. That is so fucked up, guys. Okay. Anyways, yeah. So let's see. First, a man wants to legally change his age. What? This is for 2018. A 69-year-old Dutchman wanted to legally change his age in order to avoid ageism. Are you fucking kidding me? Emil Rattleband claimed he felt discriminated against because his real age was affecting his job prospects, as well as his chances of success on Tinder. Bro, they don't look at your age on Tinder. They look at your face. I'm pretty sure your face looks like a 69-year-old, not an 18-year-old or 20-something. A popular dating app, the judge explained that many rights and obligations are age-based and that changing the legal age could cause many complications. That's a nice judge. I would have really just not been so nice about it. What? Okay, guys. Next, women shocked jelly beans contain sugar. Bitch, there's like freaking sugar in bread. Okay, just get over yourself. Sugar has 61 different names, so it stands to reason that some people may not recognize the ingredient when reading nutrition labels. Yeah, oh my god, guys, have you heard of the 100 names for sugar? There's so many ways to label sugar. This happened to a California woman who sued jelly bean maker Jelly Belly for using the term evaporated cane juice instead of the word sugar. Okay, all right, okay, maybe I kind of get that. Yeah, they're honestly, they're trying to get away. A lot of manufacturers are just putting sugar and they're just trying to put whatever word possible to make you think it's something else. So yeah, that is fucked up. That is misadvertising. Okay, guys, actually, I'm siding with that. In its jelly beans food label, Jessica Gomez of San Bernardino County alleged fraud, claiming the company was misleading consumers about how much sugar the snack actually contained, even though the total grams of sugar per serving was clearly displayed. Okay, yeah, this is messed up, guys. I'm gonna do this really quick. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, but the 100 names of sugar. So if you see any of these, wait, why does it say 50? There's actually 100. But anyways, you can kind of see it above my head here, guys. Dextrose, fructose, galactose, glucose. These are like common, right? But let's see. Dextrin. Okay, that is freaking sugar, people. Ethyl maltol. Florida crystals. I'm pretty sure people would think that's something else. Obviously, we're not going to go through the whole thing. Corn syrup. That is like the worst fucking shit, guys. Oh no, high fructose corn syrup. That is fucking. That's like a worse version. Like what the heck is triacle? Triacle? What the hell does that even mean? Okay, anyways. But yeah, that's kind of messed up. Okay, we're gonna go. And Sue's date for being on her phone. Um I love how it says, oh, lawsuit dropped. It tells you from the beginning. I didn't notice that. Many people have a story about a date gone wrong, but most would forget about the whole ordeal as soon as it was over. A 37-year-old from Austin, Texas, however, could not let go of his bad experience and sued his date. He was so offended that his date spent the time they were having at the movies watching Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, texting on her phone. He claimed her behavior was breaking theater rules and affected his movie watching experience. She agreed to pay him the $17.31 for her cinema ticket if he left her alone. Soon after, he withdrew the lawsuit. Oh, so this is not like the courts dropping it. That's true. Footlong sandwich is not a foot long. Oh, wow, really? I haven't actually ever measured it. I mean, I haven't eaten at Subway in a long time, but what? It started in 2013 when a teenager measured his Subway footlong sandwich. It turned out to be only 11 inches. Okay, yeah, fair enough. A whole inch missing from your sub is messed up, people. Fast forward 3 years, and the company was settling a class action lawsuit in court, promising to make its rolls 12 inches. The only people to benefit from the lawsuit were the attorneys, who were about to receive $520,000 in fees. The judge agreed with activist and legal writer Theodore Frank that this was not fair and dismissed the settlement and the entire case. Whoa, guys. Yeah, cool. I'm with you there. Wait. Oh my god, guys, are you freaking kidding me? Empty space in junior mints boxes. Yo, the spaces is because of the shape, people. Okay, there's like math problems devoted to this where you calculate volumes and find the volume of empty space. What? Viola Daniel, and Abel Duran of New York and Trecla Perkins from Mississippi believe Tootsie Roll Industries Inc. tricked people by underfilling Junior Mints boxes. They sued the company because more than a third of the Mints box was empty. The judge who dismissed the case wrote in a 44-page decision, what just happened to me, that a reasonable customer can expect some empty space. Yeah. Yeah, people. And for those of you that are upset about chip bags having empty space, that's there so that, it's called like energy shock absorption. So when the chips bags fall somewhere, it doesn't just crumple. absorbs a shock. Yeah, it sucks. Customers disappointed that Red Bull did not energize them. Red Bull gives you wings. I guess maybe it doesn't. Red Bull's famous slogan, Red Bull gives you wings. Oh my god, guys, I didn't even read that before I said it. Got the company in some trouble. A class action lawsuit accused the company of having misleading ads and making false claims. Plaintiffs said the energy drink did not give people wings, even figuratively speaking. What? Oh my god, please don't tell me they actually tried to like jump off something and fly. That is, they didn't feel energized. They said the company lacked evidence to claim the beverage could improve one's focus. Red Bull settled out of court and agreed to pay $640,000? Holy crap, guys. They're still using that slogan though, so how does that work? Is firefighters' fear of fire a disability? Shane Perler from the Houston Fire Department is afraid of fire. He was reassigned to an office position so he would not have to come into direct contact with what scared him. But he wanted to remain in his former job in the fire suppression unit. He claimed his fear was a disability and that he was discriminated against because of his disability. His case made it to the Texas Supreme Court, which ruled there was no evidence. Perler was discriminated against on account of a disability. What? Yeah, they at least they gave you another position. Like, what are you talking about? Okay. Oh, guys, this is the one that I heard of from my friend. I think I actually mentioned it on another stream. Kidnapper sues hostages for escaping. Oh, wait, no, this is not the one. Never mind. But this is like kind of up there with the same thing. Jesse Dimmick. Wow, love it. A fugitive facing a murder charge kidnapped a Kansas couple in September 2009. At some point, he fell asleep and they escaped. They sued Dimmick for over $75,000 in damages. His response was to countersue for breach of contract. What contract? Urkel, you know this one? Oh my god, that is so funny. He claimed he and the couples had a legally binding oral agreement for them to hide from the police. His case was dismissed. What is happening, guys? This is nonsense. Okay. Okay, next. Same price for a burger with and without cheese. Okay. Interesting. Two McDonald's customers from Florida, of course, sued the fast food chain for $5 million because they were made to pay for a quarter pounder sandwich without cheese, the same price as the sandwich with cheese. The difference is about 30 cents. A judge dismissed the case with prejudice, which means they can't file the suit again. The basis for the dismissal was that the plaintiffs could not prove the price they had to pay caused them any harm. What the heck, guys? Like, what the bleep is what? That's just ridiculous, guys. I'm not even kidding. I don't know what to say. There's just some like I mean, yeah, I guess it shouldn't be the same price. Like what? Okay. Oh, woman blames scary poster on falling. A woman from New York said she fell down the stairs at the Grand Central subway station, injuring her foot and ankle after seeing an oversized scary poster for the popular Showtime series Dexter. The poster showed the face of the main character under a plastic wrap with his eyes open. She claimed it was disturbing, provocative, shocking, and fear-inducing. The judge disagreed, dismissing the case, saying the network was under no obligation to maintain the stairs at the station or that it created a dangerous condition. Wait, so does that mean, she could hypothetically sue, like, the train station? What is happening, guys? Yeah. Basically, default price, change to food means customization. Exactly. I'm pretty sure it's called a quarter pounder with cheese. I mean, I haven't eaten at McDonald's in like the longest time. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Drinking beer does not make fantasies come true? What? Serious? Beer commercials often feature beaches and good-looking men and women having fun. Most people understand this is not real, but not Richard Overton. In 1993, he sued Anheuser-Busch for $10,000. Oh yeah, we read that. Okay. That was on the other page. Okay, we'll go to the next one. Lawsuit over lawsuit over using just 75% of lip balm tube. What? You can't get that last bit of lip balm out of the tube unless you scrape it out. What? While this has been true since lip balms have been sold in tubes, California women filed a lawsuit alleging consumers were conned into thinking they could reach the bottom with their lips when they actually can use just about 75% of the product. The court disagreed that Fresh Ink, the company being sued, tried to lie about the real quantity of its lip balm and that a reasonable consumer understands how such dispenser tubes work. Ah, what is happening? Sparkle, will that guy sue me if I tell that guy he will fly when he jumps off the cliff? It's becoming scary. Like, you have to be so careful what you say because just anybody might just decide to sue you. Like, love these kind of BS charges. Yeah, Urkel, you were probably like, I'm so glad I live in Europe and not in America, where like literally anyone will get sued for anything. And of course, you can wait, what the hell just happened? How did I click the X? Yeah, like what the fuck? Okay, Mike, yeah, we saw this. The man suing Michael Jordan for looking too much like him. Next. Man sues himself for 5 million. Oh yeah, the prison inmate. Yeah, we read that. Chicken sandwich out of stock. Are you kidding me? A Tennessee man sued fast food chain Popeye's Louisiana Chicken for $5,000 for running out of its famous chicken sandwiches because he claimed the restaurant wasted his time trying to fill his order. Craig Barr said the company deceptively advertised the sandwich, which was only available for a limited time in August. Barr is also suing for damages to his car that he occurred at the restaurant's parking lot. The case was scheduled to go to court in January. What the hell is this? Damn it, that's like a freaking trick. It's an X, but the X takes you to the ad. That is bullshit, guys. Okay. Too much ice in Starbucks drinks. Okay, yeah, that I can kind of see. Okay, it says case dismissed. So let's see what it's about. California resident Alexander Beruzesh threatened a class action against Starbucks, saying customers who ordered cold drinks from the beverage giant received less liquid in their cups than advertised because of too much ice. A district judge put the case on ice. Love it. He ruled that even kids know ice in a cup reduces the amount of liquid they get, and customers can also clearly see the amount of ice in a clear cup and ask for less ice. Ugh. Gotta keep shaking my head today. That's just gonna be happening a lot. Okay. Man claims Uber ruined his marriage. What? A French businessman sued Uber for $48 million, claiming that a flaw in the ride sharing company's app played a role in the dissolution of his marriage. Wow, that's embarrassing. The businessman said he borrowed his wife's cell phone and used it to log on to the Uber app. He claimed a glitch in the app caused it to continue to send notifications of his whereabouts to his wife's phone, even after he logged off. Wait, what? And apparently, it's not a glitch. It tells you where you are. Oh my god, I think I know where this is going. And apparently, some of his movements caused a problem with his wife, and their marriage ended in divorce. The result of the suit is unknown. Okay, I guess we shouldn't jump to conclusions, but yeah, I think we both know what happened there. Oh boy. Let's see. Banks, Bitcoin, bond funds. Where's your money safe in an era of cyber attack? Wait, what the fuck? Oh wait, that's dead. Oh my god. Mom confiscates son's phone. A 15-year-old boy in Spain. Spain? What? I mean, I expect this kind of behavior from Americans, but not from the Spaniard. Sued his mother, claiming he was mistreated after she took his cell phone to try to get him to study. He also sought jail time for his mom. Oh my god, that's horrible. Like, your mother does everything. Like, she's the reason you're here, you dumb fuck. He also sought jail time for his mom and reimbursement for his legal expenses. A judge ruled in favor of the mother, saying she was within her rights and acted responsibly to get her son to crack the books. You know what the worst part is? These people who are filing these frivolous lawsuits are wasting the court's time and all the workers' time to actually do all this shit. And even the judge's time and like all the lawyers like to come in, like who's paying for them? Seriously. Okay. Trespassers sue property owners. Federal jury awarded two men a total of $24.2 million for getting severely burned by electrical wires when they were teenagers trespassing on railroad property in Lancaster, Pennsylvania in 2002. So you can trespass on someone's property, get injured, and then sue them? How the hell is that legal? I do not think that's right. What the fuck? Attorneys for Amtrak in Norfolk Southern Court claim the two men, age 17 at the time of the accident, were old enough to know that they were putting themselves in danger. The plaintiff's lawyer, while conceding his clients were trespassers, said the property owners were still responsible. What is happening here? Urkel, what do you think about that? Like, what the hell? That's ridiculous. Right? I don't know. I think that's ridiculous. Uh, this is why I find a certain country really mental, as they say. That's funny. Yeah, true, right? Oh my gosh. Um, oh, we read this one. The judge who sues the dry cleaners because they lost his pants. Okay, what is this? City of Batman versus Superhero Batman. Lawsuit never filed. Holy litigation in a story worthy of Gotham City tabloids. The mayor of Batman, the name of an oil producing city in southeastern Turkey. What is wrong with that country, man? Like, can you just not come up with unique names for your country and for your cities? Like, what is wrong with you? That he would sue Warner Brothers and movie director Christopher Nolan for using the name of the Turkish city without permission for the film. Well, bitch, you use the name of our Thanksgiving bird every year, so we're suing you back, bitch. What? The Dark Knight. Okay, this is like, I get people being stupid, but a whole country? Like, come on, get over yourself. The city's mayor, Hussein Kalkan, wanted compensation from the movie's royalties, claiming the movie's success had negative psychological effects on the city's residents and hurt local businesses trying to register in other countries. No, it would actually give you more exposure. Dumbass. um, or kill. It is easier to kill someone when they trespass. Because letting them leave or survive may end up bad for them because of possibility that they get. Yeah, exactly. And I'm not even lying. There's a whole documentary about that. Yeah, no, I've heard of it. Like, it's ridiculous. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna come up, but like, there's one where a guy tries to break into someone's house, so he goes on somebody else's roof, and he tries to go in through the chimney, but the roof is slippery because it's winter or whatever, and he slips and he falls off the roof onto the ground, breaks his leg, and then sues the homeowner, and he wins. What? That is just that is retarded. Okay, anyways, on. Sleeping student sues teacher for waking him up. Yeah, we saw that. Women sues for false weather prediction. You be suing every day, bitch. A woman from the Israeli city of Haifa sued well-known television weatherman Danny Rupp for a false weather forecast. Why the guy? Like, he's literally just reading off a teleprompter. Are you kidding me? Rupp had predicted sunny weather and it rained. Oh my goodness, how awful. Who could have ever foreseen that? Based on the forecast, she left her house unprepared for inclement weather. Took ill and missed work, she claimed. The woman said Rupp's forecasts were legally binding. No, they're not. She won $1,000 in an out-of-court settlement and got an apology from the weatherman. That's a nice weatherman. I would have just said go. Seriously. Student sues for A plus. Brienne or Brian, Brian, I guess? Yeah, Brian, probably. Delecta was a senior at Memphis High School in Michigan and believed his work experience as a paralegal at his mother's law office for one of his classes merited an A plus instead of an A. Oh, brother. His family sued to raise the grade to A plus. Okay, these parents and families are bringing a whole new meaning to the name helicopter parents. What the heck? Which would have made him a valedictorian of his class. The suit also asked that publication of class rankings be blocked until the case was settled. The plaintiff lost. Yeah, good. Jesus. That's not good. Okay, moving on. Oh, okay, so let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's watch something and we'll go back to some like. Hey, Hey, we've got someone following. Meow. Welcome to the chat. So nice to see you. Awesome. So we are just about to move into some crazy videos. Oh, hang on. I was like, wow, that thing. Wait, no ads? Seriously? I'm not going to question it, guys. We're just totally going. Okay, hang on. Turn that off. Turn this off. Oracle weather is probability based. Exactly, right?
Last month, a 3-judge panel ruled that Pearson's argument against the dry cleaner defied logic.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for...
I don't know if you guys ever watched WatchMojo. I love it. They have WatchMojo for literally everything. It's just, I love it. It's
for the top 20 ridiculous lawsuits.
Are you a little bit
crazy?
Yes.
No, I went to the shrink before I go to court.
For this list, we're looking at the most outrageous and unbelievable lawsuits to ever hit the courts. Which of these do you think is the most ridiculous? Let us know in the comments below. Number 20, Appendage in the chili. You all know the story. Back in 2005, Ana Ayala allegedly found a severed fingertip in her bowl of Wendy's chili.
The woman who says she found a finger in her bowl of chili.
Guys, are you kidding me? Like, if a person making the soup chops their finger off, they're not just going to be like, la la la, I'm just going to put the lid on the soup and pass it off. Like, they're going to be gushing fucking blood. What the fuck? They're going to be going to the hospital. What? And I don't think it would happen at the factory. Like, who would be quiet about that? We clearly see from today's things that people sue over the most ridiculous shit. So if you slice your finger off, even at the factory where they make this shit, you would sue the company for whatever. I'm sure they would do that. Like, this is ridiculous.
At a Wendy's in San Jose, California.
It became the media story of the decade, and it understandably resulted in a slew of bad publicity against the fast food giant.
Just when we find that there's something that looks like a nail.
When Ayala sued the restaurant, the public watched with bated breath, probably while eating McDonald's or some other competitor. Of course, it was all nonsense. Ayala had gotten the fingertip from an associate of her husband, who had lost it in a workplace accident. She then placed it in her chili in order to scam Wendy's. She subsequently pleaded guilty to grand larceny and served 4 years in prison.
Later, it turned out she had planted the finger herself. She went to prison for...
Wait. Guys, I know you're going to be like, why the hell is she going back? I actually have to hear that again. Like, WTF, people.
To scam Wendy's. She subsequently pleaded guilty to grand larceny and served 4 years.
Wait. So did she cut off her own fucking finger? Guys, that is disgusting. I didn't catch that. Did she actually cut it off herself? What? What the fuck?
In prison.
Later, it turned out she had planted the finger herself. She went to prison for 4 years.
Number 19, Uber ruined my marriage. Ah, the joys of modern technology. An unnamed Frenchman sued Uber in 2007.
Oh, she used someone else's finger. I mean, I know you can find a lot of shit on eBay, but guys, that is disgusting. What?
Claiming that the app had caused his divorce. As the story goes, the man had once ordered an Uber using his wife's iPhone. However, a bug in the app prevented the session from closing properly. His wife then received notifications of all his future Uber rides, and both the locations and times aroused her suspicion. She then issued a divorce, believing that her husband was cheating. The man, in turn, blamed Uber for his failed marriage and sued the company for nearly $50 million. Unfortunately, the outcome of the lawsuit is currently unknown. Number 18, my iced coffee doesn't measure up. Alexander Farzesh had an interesting accusation. According to him, Starbucks was guilty of both false advertising and breach of warranty by using less liquid in their drinks than advertised. For example, a 12-ounce iced coffee doesn't actually contain 12 ounces of coffee, owing to the inclusion of the ice. The case was almost immediately thrown out by the court, claiming that it fell under, quote, reasonable consumer standards. In other words, those purchasing an iced coffee would understand that the inclusion of ice would decrease the amount of liquid.
Add your ice and enjoy it quickly before all the ice melts.
Or, as Judge Percy Anderson hilariously summarized, quote, as young children learn, they can increase the amount of beverage they receive if they order no ice.
It'll melt a little bit. and dilute the coffee back to regular strength.
Number 17, the movie texter.
What?
There are
Yeah, you could totally just ask for less ice. Like, what the hell? Like, I usually will ask for less ice or more ice depending on what I'm doing or what I'm ordering.
dates from hell, and then there's this. Brandon Vesmar and an unnamed woman went to see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and the woman began texting her upset friend who was having a fight with her boyfriend.
Listen, your texting is driving me a little nuts. And she said, well, I can't not text my friend.
The incensed Vesmar asked her to take it outside, so she did, and then never returned. He then sued his date for the price of the ticket, $17.
Okay, guys, we're reading this. Like, I don't know how we cannot read this. Oh my god. Crystal, your behavior Saturday was not only rude, but it cost me money. This girl, guys, this girl's probably like, yo, I dodged a bullet. This guy, like, I just went on a date with him and he flipped out because I was texting. Yeah, okay, that's like bad manners to text during the first date. Fully agree. But like, if he can't control himself after one freaking thing like that, that's gonna be some messed up relationship, guys. I want you to compensate me for the $17 movie ticket and the $4 pizza. Will you do this, or do I have to? Jesus, like, get someone to proofread your fucking text. Do I have to pursue the money in small claims court? I can file online from my laptop, and I'm willing to do so. Your behavior was wildly out of line, and I'm happy to pursue putting you on the books for it. Are you serious? My best friend, something. Okay, like, what? Well, at least I'm not getting these texts. Yay, being single. Exactly, right? There you go, see?
And 31 cents, with his lawsuit petition claiming that, quote, the defendant's behavior was a threat to civilized society.
Oh my
Here's the
God.
paperwork Brandon just filed in small claims court, demanding $17.
Is it just me, guys, or do they kind of look the same? Like, their eyes literally look the same. That is freaky. I don't know if it's just me. Maybe it's just, like, the fact that they're appearing black and
31 cents.
In turn, the woman claimed she needed to remove herself from the situation for her own safety. She also planned to file a restraining order against Vesmar, as he had contacted her younger sister demanding his money.
Whoa, guys, that was messed up. That is so messed up.
Settled, man. Time to withdraw this court case. Absolutely. It's settled.
Number 16, the Pepsi points case. In the late 90s, Pepsi launched a points-based rewards program. Basically, buyers would accumulate points by purchasing Pepsi products, and in turn, could spend the points on merchandise. The accompanying commercial saw a teenager getting into a Harrier jet, accompanied by the words, Harrier Fighter, 7 million Pepsi points.
Now, the more Pepsi you drink, the more great stuff you're going to get.
It sure beats the boss.
As per contest rules, people could also pay 10 cents per point. So, John Leonard sent a check for $700,000, thinking he had just scored an incredible discount on a $30+ million jet.
Leonard got the $700,000 from 5 well-off investors, sent Pepsi 15 labels and a check, and waited for his jet.
Yet Pepsi didn't give him one, so Leonard sued. Pepsi claimed that it was a joke, and the court agreed, stating that the commercial was, quote, clearly not serious. It was deemed an illegitimate offer made in jest, and Leonard's case was dismissed.
Okay, but if they actually said it cost this many points, isn't that being oddly specific for something that is fake, guys?
In case anyone else is thinking of ordering a jet, Pepsi has now raised the number of points needed.
Number 15, a crafty prisoner sues himself. When a judge calls something, quote, an innovative approach to civil rights litigation, you know it has to be good. A man named Robert Lee Brock was spending over 20 years in prison for grand larceny when he had a brilliant idea. He would sue himself for a violation of his civil rights and make the state pay for it. Brock drank alcohol and in turn sued himself for $5 million for violating his religious beliefs. He hilariously requested that the state of Virginia float the bill, arguing that he was a ward of the state and couldn't make money while in prison. Judge Rebecca Beach Smith commended Brock's creativity, but instantly dismissed the case, calling it, quote, ludicrous. Number 14, where is my job? The job market is tough. Trina Thompson discovered that firsthand. Thompson earned her bachelor's in information technology from New York's Monroe College. However, she was unable to find a job between her graduation in April and the following August. As a result, she sued the college, claiming that its career counselors were doing a bad job of finding her gainful employment. Thompson believed that graduating from the school was a waste of time and demanded a refund of her $70,000 tuition.
Holy crap, people! That's a lot of money for tuition.
Graduating from the school was a waste of time and demanded a...
Oh my god. The full cost of her tuition and then some because she can't find a job. Welcome to the world.
refund of her $70,000 tuition. Unfortunately, that's not how college works, and Monroe answered back by stating, quote, "It is clear that no college can guarantee employment." Number 13, empty air. Buying snacks can be frustrating. You spend the money, eagerly tear into the packaging, and find a lot of empty air within the box. You then think to yourself, why don't they just fill this space with more candy? Well, that's exactly what Viola Daniel thought when she sued Tootsie Roll Industries for underpackaging their Junior Mints boxes.
So she claims the manufacturer of Junior Mints intentionally deceived people.
According to her lawsuit, Junior Mints contain far more empty space than competing candy brands, and consumers are getting ripped off.
According to the 36-page lawsuit, she claims Junior Mints has 40% slack fill.
U.S. District Judge Naomi Reese Buchwald threw the case out on reasonable consumer grounds, hilariously stating that the lawsuit, quote, attributes to consumers a level of stupidity that the court cannot countenance. Number 12, a legally binding verbal contract. Where to even start with this one? While literally fleeing a murder charge, Jesse Dimmick broke into the Kansas home of Jared and Lindsay Rowley and held them captive.
The driver was Jesse Dimmick. Jared and Lindsay didn't know Dimmick was a fugitive, wanted for murder in Colorado.
He allegedly offered them money in exchange for protection, and they agreed. However, the couple escaped once Dimmick fell asleep, and the fugitive was subsequently arrested. The Rowleys then sued Dimmick for emotional distress, and Dimmick countersued. According to him, the Rowleys had accepted his deal for money and had therefore broken a legally binding oral contract. Not only was Dimmick's lawsuit thrown out, he was also sent to prison for 10 years.
It changed me 100%. You know, the way I look at life, the way I take each day.
Number 11, Joseph versus NASA.
This is a very strange pair of images.
In January of 2014, astronomers revealed an interesting photo of the Martian surface, showing a strange rock that had not been present in the same spot 12 days earlier.
In the court papers, Joseph suggests that the rock may not be a rock at all, but rather a fungus-like organism.
It naturally brought considerable attention, before scientists deduced that it was likely knocked into place by the rover's wheels.
The most likely scenario, just uphill from this location, as we were driving on some bedrock, the Opportunity rover did a kind of a pirouette.
Undeterred, Californian Ron Joseph filed legal papers, claiming that NASA wasn't doing enough to study what he believed to be a living organism and a sign of life on Mars.
Is there life on Mars?
We're excited about such a prospect too, but this one's just a rock, dude.
I do like the way it sounds. I mean, I like it a lot.
Number 10, what a jackass. I feel bad for poor Jackass. Born Bob Kraft, this Montana man changed his name to Jackass in the late 90s following the death of his brother. Why? To help promote safe and sober driving, of course. He began running a non-profit with the slogan, "Be a smartass, not a dumbass." But tragic backstory and good intentions aside, his legal case was quite ridiculous. Jackass ended up suing Viacom over their famous Jackass brand, claiming that the name had plagiarized his own and that the Crude franchise was defaming his character.
What? Is this for real, people? What the hell?
To make the story that much more tragic, Jackass took his own life shortly after launching the lawsuit. Number 9, Lucas v. McDonald's.
He says he suffered undue mental anguish after he was given only one napkin when he visited the burger chain.
While you've all probably heard the story about the woman who sued McDonald's for serving their coffee too hot and her suffering of third-degree burns, at least that one had legal grounds.
We bought a product, it was used as intended, it was unreasonably hot and therefore unreasonably dangerous, and Those were the essential facts.
Nothing trumps Webster Lucas's lawsuit, though, in which he sued McDonald's for $1.5 million after a confrontation stemming from a request for more napkins.
Is there a problem?
Yes, I need more napkins.
Use your sleeve.
What did you say?
Use one of their sleeves. I don't care.
Instead of giving him more napkins, the manager allegedly resorted to racist remarks and cursed at Lucas instead, which left the customer distressed, unable to work, and demanding a cool $1.5 million. It's not that being discriminated against isn't legitimately distressing, but the thing is, Mr. Lucas seems to have a history of suing fast food joints.
I'm gonna sue! That'll teach you. Lawyer up, blue boy, because I'm gonna sue you all!
He's reportedly sued Jack in the Box twice, and also brought suits against Walmart and Denny's.
Oh my god.
Number 8, an age by any number. Shakespeare once wrote, "A rose by any other name would smell as sweet." Does that work for ages too? A Dutchman named Emile Ratelband hoped to legally change his birthday from 1949 to 1969, quote, officially making him 20 years younger.
So you want
to identify 17 years?
Yeah, because, I feel like that.
He wished to change his birthday to avoid age-based discrimination and to find more success on Tinder.
No woman's going to believe you're 42, Emile, are they?
Why not? Are you jealous?
Crossing the boundary from hilarious to offensive, Ratelband compared the situation to being transgender, asking, quote, "We live in a time when you can change your name and change your gender. Why can't I decide my own age?" The court eventually dismissed the lawsuit, stating, in more official terms, that people can't just change their ages all willy-nilly.
It's fantastic what happened. That I lost. I lost the battle, but I'm going to win the war.
Number 7, the Recording Industry Association of America.
There is something very wrong with him if he thinks that's the same thing. Like, that's totally not the same thing. You can't change your freaking cells like the way they are. Yeah, you can change your body parts, but hey, maybe if that makes you younger, then maybe there is such a thing as changing your age. God, just eat healthy.
v. Walton.
We must promise them that new technology and distribution will pay them fairly.
The RIAA is known for being bloodthirsty creatures, and not even the deceased can escape its wrath.
According to the RIAA, music piracy is the biggest reason revenue in that industry has declined from over $14 billion back in '99 to less than half that now.
Proof? They attempted to sue an 83-year-old woman for making 700 songs publicly available on the internet. Unfortunately for all involved, they sued her following her death. And the filed lawsuit came after her daughter responded to a warning letter with a copy of her mother's death certificate to RIAA lawyers. Sorry guys, but we're pretty sure you're not winning this one.
Wait, why are they suing an 83-year-old woman when there's like young people everywhere doing exactly that?
Industry Association of America needs a guide dog. They cannot tell the difference between a pirate and someone who's operating a lemonade stand.
Number 6, Heckard v. Jordan and Heckard v. Nike.
Air Jordan from Nike.
In this case of celebrity lookalike versus a celebrity, and the company that made said celebrity famous, an African-American man from Portland, Oregon named Alan Heckard sued both NBA star Michael Jordan and Nike for $416 million each. Why? Heckard was tired of all the emotional pain and injury he was supposedly suffering from being constantly mistaken for the...
Okay, he does not look like Michael Jordan, guys. First of all, Michael Jordan's top lip is much darker than his. This guy's nose is sharper. Michael Jordan's freaking nose is flatter. Okay, I don't know which one's which. You guys are probably like, I'm mixing them up, but whatever. They don't look the same. What? Jesus, like, what the hell is going on here? And you chose to wear an earring on the same ear as him, so that's...
Ex-Chicago Bulls player whenever he was out in public.
Well, their things could be worse. Yeah, if I'm playing basketball and people think I'm Michael Jordan, that seems like it's pretty awesome. I don't need $832 million to go along with that,
Their
do I?
expectations really go up, though.
Though they differ in age and height, Heckard and Jordan both have shaved heads and wear a single earring. Yet one's a famous athlete and the other's an airport shuttle driver with a criminal record. In the end, Heckard dropped the suit before going to trial, and without being given any money.
Did everyone get mad at you?
No. Worse. Everyone was real nice about it.
Number 5, Overton v. Anheuser-Busch.
Guys, hurry up! The magic bridge is back!
back.
Beer is certainly delicious, there's no denying that. But we'd be hard-pressed to find anyone who believes that it has magical powers. However, Richard Overton was certainly fooled, as he sued Bud Light in 1991 for their false and misleading advertisements.
Thrust your pelvis to the sky and exhale, release into the stretch. Good.
In their commercials, male drinkers are often in tropical settings surrounded by gorgeous women. Overton's lawsuit concluded that those particular representations of life after drinking the beer were, quote, untrue, and therefore, that would fall under false advertisement.
I'll be right back. So how do you feel about back hair?
His case was suitably dismissed. Interestingly, Overton doesn't drink alcohol. He filed the lawsuit when his young kids became entranced by Bud's spokesdog, Spuds McKenzie.
But you really cooking now.
All right.
Number 4, the $54 million pants. You would think an administrative law judge would know the difference between legitimate and frivolous lawsuits. Judge Roy Pearson sued the owners of a Washington dry cleaners for supposedly losing his pants.
A Korean immigrant family, the Chungs, who own a Washington, D.C. dry cleaners, have spent the last 2 years fighting a customer, a judge.
According to Pearson, the cleaners had violated their, quote, satisfaction guaranteed sign and caused him mental anguish. Despite the owners agreeing to $12,000 in legal compensation, Pearson rejected their offer and sued for over $50 million.
What could possibly be logical about a $54 million pair of pants?
And sued for over $50 million. He should have taken that 12 grand. Instead, he lost both the case and his job.
Yeah, talk about being stupid. I mean, I think if you get sued by a judge, that's really fucked up and scary. Like, those poor people. But
as no one wanted to work with a judge who frivolously sued people over pants. The owners of the dry cleaners later recovered their exorbitant legal costs through fundraising.
You had plenty of opportunities to resolve this. They even gave you your pants back, but you wouldn't take it, and so you get nothing.
wow, guys, that's fucked up. Like, if you can't trust the justice system, where does that leave you?
Number 3, Culcan v. Nolan and Warner Brothers. Helped by its grim tone and dark subject matter, The Dark Knight became an immensely popular film in 2008.
I believe whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you a stranger.
All this success became an issue for the mayor of a city called Batman, located in Turkey. In his bat-crap crazy lawsuit, Hussein Kalkan made plans to sue Warner Brothers and director Christopher Nolan for using the name Batman without the city's permission, as if the capital of Batman province owned the rights to the name. To make matters worse, Kalkan even blamed the movie for a rise of unsolved murders and suicides in the area, claiming that The Dark Knight has made a negative psychological impact on the city's residents.
No more dead cops!
The suit doesn't appear to have ever seen its day in court, and Kalkan was also sentenced to jail for promoting terrorism the same year.
This town deserves a better class of criminal. I'm gonna give it to him.
Number 2, Rosenberg v. Harwood and Google.
Learn to get directions with the new Google Maps.
Google Maps is an astounding creation, as it gives directions to almost anywhere in the world. However, the web mapping service doesn't account for cars. Lauren Rosenberg was following Google's walking directions, which led her onto a busy highway with no sidewalks. She intelligently kept right on following the highway and was subsequently hit by a car. As a result, she sued both Google and the driver, Patrick Harwood, for $100,000.
Are you kidding me? Like, if you're that stupid to walk on a highway where there are clearly signs at the entrance that say no bicycling, and you think you're okay to be a pedestrian, then you honestly, like, you know, maybe you should continue on that highway. It's like, what?
Her claims were ultimately dismissed. We don't think Google needs the explicit statement of please don't walk into moving cars on their directions, but apparently they do. Oh, and by the way, it was nighttime when Rosenberg ventured out onto this highway.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them.
Hiram Jimenez receiving the literally
on notifications.
Number 1, watch the sizzle.
Applebee's new sizzling entrees aren't just a show.
A man named Hiram Jimenez visited a New Jersey Applebee's with his brother and ordered some delicious steak fajitas. After receiving the literally sizzling hot plate, Jimenez bowed over his food to pray. And that's when some grease popped and hit him in the face. This resulted in a further comedy of errors, which saw Jimenez knocking the hot food into his lap, losing his glasses, and bumping his elbow on the table. Despite suffering no serious injuries, Jimenez sued the restaurant for negligence. The court threw his case out, claiming that Jimenez shouldn't have placed his face directly over sizzling food.
The court saying that a New Jersey man can't sue Applebee's after he burned himself over a plate of fajitas.
Okay, yeah, like that is just retarded, guys. Like, I'm sorry, I know you shouldn't use that word, but like, seriously, that is really stupid. That's stupid as fuck.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent...
Yeah, I have no common sense. Like, I'm just gonna put my face over something that's sizzling, and I have no idea what's making that sound. It's definitely not the hot oil. It might just be a little speaker that's placed in the center of my plate making that sound. I don't know, because I'm an idiot. Wow. Yes, that is quite the hellish situation, Urkel. I totally agree with you. What the hell's going on here? Okay, continuing on with like outrageous lawsuits because that's why we're here today. Outrageous. Yeah, so we already, yeah, okay. Wait, number 10, bubbles aren't always fun. Okay. Early on the morning of July 7th, 2001, a prankster dumped detergent into Canal Park's fountain of wind in Duluth, Minnesota. I guess that's Minnesota? Creating a mountain of bubbles. Oh, that's messed up. Several hours later, passerby Kathy Kelly walked into the suds and slipped into the fountain. Oh, yeah, true, because when the bubbles burst on the ground, because the bubbles are probably coming out of the fountain, going, and wherever they land, they make the floor slippery. Yeah, that's fucked up. Okay. Several hours later, passerby Kathy Kelly walked into the suds and slipped into the fountain, sustaining a laceration on her left lower shin. Due to her diabetes, the cut later became infected, resulting in $43,000 of medical expenses. Oh my god. What is going on, guys? Kelly sued the city because it had not cleaned up the suds or posted warning signs, despite the fact that municipal workers had received a call concerning the hazard some 4 hours earlier. In March 2004, the jury found the city 70% responsible and Kelly 30% responsible for the injury, awarding $125,000 to the plaintiff. The fountain is now encircled by a railing. Okay, like, what kind of a world is this where you can't even... like, it's not the city's fault. Like, it just happened. Like, yeah, I get they didn't clean it up, but are you serious right now? What the hell? Like, you should be suing the prankster, and I get you can't find them, but, like, God, like, what the fuck? That's retarded. Okay, number 9, no job, no problem. For many Americans, joblessness is an unfortunate but unavoidable side effect of a bad economy. Bronx, New York native Trina Thompson, on the other hand, blamed her unemployment on the school she attended. In 2009, the 27-year-old sued her alma mater, Monroe College, for $72,000 when she was unable to find a job 3 months after graduating with a bachelor's degree in information technology. Thompson specifically blamed the school's Office of Career Advancement for not working hard enough to place her in a job after graduation, despite her solid attendance record and 2.7 grade point average. Wow, 2.7 grade point average. That's pretty good. I'm joking. According to the lawsuit filed in the Bronx Supreme Court, Thompson sought to recoup the $70,000 she had spent in tuition, plus $2,000 for the stress of her jobs. Love it. What is happening? Okay, number 8, trespass at the owner's own risk. Oh, I think we read this. So the two 17-year-old boys who trespassed got hurt by electrical wires and then sued the guy and won. Okay, let's see. This is a new one. Don't blame me. In 2009, 20-year-old Chelsea Hess met some friends at a sports grill in Bluffton, SC, South Carolina, and was served alcohol even though she was not 21, the legal drinking age in the state. Intoxicated, she drove away from the restaurant just after 1 a.m. and soon lost control of her car, rolling it off the road. Hess, who was not wearing a seatbelt, was thrown 20 feet or 6 meters from the vehicle, sustaining serious injuries that caused her to become a paraplegic. Oh my god. Oh, that is really messed up, guys. Instead of taking responsibility for her actions, Hess filed a lawsuit against the Sports Grill and the South Carolina Department of Transportation in December 2011. So let me get this straight. You drank it even though you were underage, and then you got behind the wheel of a car where you have a license, which required you to take a test stating that you're not going to drink, and now you're still suing the restaurant. Yeah, I guess they made a mistake, but you made more mistakes. Okay, that's retarded. He accused the sports grill of negligence for selling her the alcoholic beverage without first verifying her age and ensuring that she was not already inebriated. Hess also blamed the SC dot, claiming that a defect in the shoulder caused her to flip her 2000 Mitsubishi. Okay. What? The department's failure to maintain the shoulder or mark the damaged area, according to the lawsuit, amounted to negligence. In response, SC Dot reasoned that any injuries and or damages sustained by the plaintiff were due to and caused by the sole negligent, grossly negligent, reckless, careless, heedless, willful, and wanton acts and or omissions of plaintiff. Wow, that was a mouthful, guys. They pretty much just called her stupid. Why would you do that? Like, obviously, yeah. Just, what's happening, guys? I keep asking that because I don't know what's happening. Did you know there are between 760,000 and 1,100,000 lawyers practicing in the United States? Or roughly one lawyer for every 300 people. They should stick the word injured here. Injured in quotation. Look-alike lawsuit. Some people might be honored to resemble a famous athlete, but not Alan Heckard, the Portland, Oregon man, said he had been mistaken for basketball legend. Oh, yeah, we read this. Yeah, some guy is upset about looking like Michael Jordan and being mistaken for him. Instead of using it to his advantage, he chose to sue Michael Jordan. Fingered as a scam. Wow, that title is so inappropriate. We are going to move on. Raquel was like, okay, okay, we're going to go to this one because we already saw the preview. No deed goes unpunished. Yeah, I never understood that phrase when I first learned it, but I kind of get it now. Yeah, that's, okay, so let's see what's going on here, guys. On July 31st, 2004, Colorado teens Ostergaard and Lindsay Zaliti. Oh my god, did I read that wrong? Taylor Ostergaard and Lindsay Zaliti decided to stay home from a dance and bake cookies for their neighbors. Wow, that happened to like no one ever. Urkel, sometimes it's funny how the scammers have more funny stories than the actual dumb people pushing charges for some reason. It's true, it's true. And I agree, I fully agree with you there. Oh my god. Wishing for their good deeds to remain anonymous, the girls knocked on the doors of nearby houses and ran away, leaving packages with heart-shaped gift tags that read, "Have a great night," from the T&L Club. Okay, that's kind of weird, guys. Like, I wouldn't trust a package of, like, food on my doorstep not knowing who it's from because I could be poisoned or some shit. At 10:30 p.m., the girls visited the home of Juanita Renia Young. Startled by the shadowy figures on her doorstep, the 49-year-old woman called the police, who arrived to find nothing to suggest that a crime had been committed. Still, the experience reportedly gave Young an anxiety attack, and she was admitted to the hospital the following day. Okay. Ostergaard and Zaliti apologized to Young, and their families even offered to pay her medical bills. That's nice. But instead of forgiving the well-intentioned teens, the disgruntled women sued them. Oh my god. A Durango judge awarded Young almost $900 for medical expenses, but denied her demand for nearly $3,000 in punitive damages, including lost wages and new motion sensor lights for her porch. Okay. Okay, anyways, I'm just not going to get into that. When the ruling made national headlines, Ostergaard and Zaliti received donations from across the United States to help pay their fine. There's good people out there still. Yeah. What the hell's going on with this? Do the pants off them? Yeah, we read this one. Wow, did you know there were approximately 7.4 million civil claims filed in state courts in 2005? That is crazy shit, people. That's like, oh my god. Nice try. Let's see. Okay, we read this one. The guy sues himself, spilling the coffee bean. Okay, we read that too. It seems like the really crazy ones just seem to have, like, there's a habit of repeating. Okay, so far we've kind of read like judges' reactions and people's reactions, but we haven't really looked at lawyers' reactions. So let's see how like lawyers react to some of these ridiculous lawsuits. It's funny, isn't it? Like, you know, I don't know if you guys watched the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial, but Like Johnny Depp's lawyers looked like looked like they were having a blast. Like they're eating candy, they're like giving each other fist bumps, they're like doodling or whatever. And Amber Heard's lawyers are just like, you know, they look stressed and they look like constipated. So, but now I think her lawyers have been accused of gaslighting. All right, let's see what we got here. Lawyers of Reddit, because there's a subreddit for everything. What is the dumbest lawsuit you have ever been part of? Everyone else, what is the dumbest lawsuit you know of? Yeah, guys, if you want to type !QOTD, question of the day, in other words, you get to answer that question yourself in terms of, well, you know, how you want to share with people. Okay. Okay, let's see what we get. Okay, so Mansu's dry cleaners, $67 million because they lost a fans. Yeah, we saw that. That is retarded. Yes, he also lost his $100,000 a year job as an administrative law judge in the process. Yeah, that would, like, how did you not realize that was going to happen? Obviously, the public would receive a bad view of you if you did something like that. This guy was a total idiot. Yeah. Those must have been some fucking awesome pants. Yeah, I think they said it was like $395 pants. Love it. The worst part is they found his pants a week later. The tag and the belt loops matched, but Pearson denied they were his. Oh my god. They were going to keep going. Those pants were priceless. Yeah, in the end he got nothing. Lovely. A couple of years ago, I got called in for jury duty as they were interviewing potential jurors for this particular court case. Basically, the person was suing a very nice restaurant for a lack of security in the parking lot. Reason was this person had gotten drunk at home, went to the restaurant, started a fight in the parking lot with someone on the way into the restaurant, and proceeded to get knocked the fuck out. So this person was suing because the restaurant should have known drunken assholes would be starting fights in parking lots. Oh, in the parking lot. It should have had security to keep drunken assholes from getting knocked out. I was not selected for this jury, but I wonder sometimes how these cases end up in court. What the hell? That is that is absolutely ridiculous. What is oh my god. This is just crazy, guys. I wonder if a case like that could result in a DUI charge based on the plaintiff's testimony. I was a juror where a woman with no lights on at dusk ran a yellow light and hit someone making an unprotected left. Oh my god, this is very relatable, guys. Like, you know how many times I'm out at night driving and there's people who drive their eco-friendly cars with lights turned off and I'm like, okay, that I respect your desire to be eco-friendly, but if you really want to save the environment, go ride a fucking bicycle. Like, you're still driving a car, and there's a fucking battery in that car, and the battery has crazy chemicals in it that need to be recycled. Yes, even the electric cars, people. Okay? What are you doing? And they drive with their lights off, and for them it's easy, because everybody else is driving gas-guzzling cars, and they can see their lights, so they don't have to worry. But imagine everybody's freaking lights were turned off and driving at fucking night with no lights on the road. Like, you would think there would be like 1,000 accidents, but they don't think about that because they're trying to save like 5 cents on their liter of gas. Like, fuck. Sorry. Clearly, I get worked up about these. Like, anyways, I'm just gonna take a deep breath. Not only that, but people not giving signals and they are turning. Yeah, they don't understand. They think like, okay, Urkel, I have come up with a reason in my mind for this. The reason some people can't drive for shit is because their brain is like an old shit computer that can only process one thing at a time. So the best they can do is learn how to push the gas pedal and like potentially steer. They cannot think about other drivers. They cannot think about like signaling for other people. They can't, because their brain can't handle it. That's the best I can come up with. Honestly, it's the best. But as I've always said, stupidity is not a disability, people. Stupid people should not be allowed to drive. Yeah, like the WTH. Yeah, fuck yeah. Really stupid. Anyways, this line just set me off, guys. I'm sorry. I kind of went on a little rant there. I was a juror where a woman with... Oh, wait, what the hell did I just do? Oh, I know I clicked on something. What did I click on? Damn it. Oh, love it. It is too personal. Yeah. Okay. The car deployed the airbag and then deflected into a light pole. She, of course, sued Honda. Her first argument was that the airbag went off late and hit her in the head. That's what it's supposed to do, dumbass. Like, it's supposed to prevent your head from smashing into the windshield, into the steering wheel. 6 crash test videos later, made just for this trial, the jury apparently wasn't buying it. The argument then became that the airbag shouldn't have gone off on the first impact. When the G sensors in the car showed that to also be false, they pulled out the trump card. The airbag should have gone off twice. They actually make the arguments with a straight face in a courtroom. I couldn't believe it. It took 8.5 weeks of my life to hate a quadriplegic woman, only to find out that 8 jurors wanted to give her the money anyway, because it's sad and Honda can afford it. Estimated award they were asking for, $40 million? That should not be a reason to give someone money out of a lawsuit just because one side has more money than the other. Go fuck yourselves. That has nothing to do with anything. If one side has more money, nothing to do with it. If you're actually in the right, that should have something to do with it. Like, what is happening? Wow. So she blew through a light, smoked another car, and paralyzed herself unintentionally, yet still. And the other jurors felt bad for her. What the fuck am I missing here? Seriously. Okay, seriously now, how do you argue the airbag should have gone off twice? Yeah, in case people don't know, once the airbags go off, you have to put new airbags in the car. They're not reusable. The airbags are not reusable. Like, what is happening? But I feel like I've said that like 1,000 times already today. My mom forced me to eat veggies, and my dad who backed her up. Okay, I have another freaking pickle to pick. What's with... Okay, just take a deep breath. Okay, do you think I have a case? My dumbass of a mother tried to sue my dad for full custody because he forced me to eat my vegetables. I wish I were making this up. Sadly, my mother's just that idiotic. Ah, guys. Okay, next. I know of 2 ridiculous lawsuits my dad had to deal with when he worked for a major belt/hose manufacturer in the 90s. A gentleman took a garden hose and ran highly volatile chemicals through it for fertilizing his lawn. Okay. When the hose exploded, as it was rated for water, the man was covered in chemicals and burned. He then sued the hose manufacturer for not explicitly stating that anything other than water should be used with that model. He lost. Yeah. Urkel. This is why... Wait, what? Oh, kids. This is the reason why we cannot have them vote. Dumb decisions everywhere. Yeah, like, okay, don't eat your vegetables, eat all the sugar and shit you want, and then when you're disabled at age 25, see who's gonna laugh and care for you. Seriously. Like, you have to eat fucking healthy. Even if you were blessed with, like, amazing genes. Like, I don't know, like, go fuck yourself. You're supposed to, like, I don't give a shit if your parents are nasty to you or whatever. They're still putting a roof over your head and paying for your food, okay? So, get over yourself. Unless you're being abused or some shit, that's fucked up. If the vegetables, please do not swallow batteries. Yeah. Wait, why would they swallow batteries? I didn't get that part. Another man tried to pry a belt off a vacuum with a screwdriver. It slipped and the screwdriver poked out his eye. Oh my god. He sued the belt manufacturer where my dad worked, the vacuum company, the screwdriver company, and anyone else associated with his vacuum. He lost. Oh, ew. We'll edit with Newslink for this one. You won't believe it. A woman tried to sue P. Diddy for stealing her diamond jewel worth 900 billiona? What? Because that means billion. He didn't know her, and the lawsuit dropped. Oh my god, it's real. 2011. What? National Post. That's a pretty legit source. Woman sues P. Diddy for $900 billion? That's almost 1 trillion people. Do you know how much money that is? Holy shit. We'd like to introduce this news item with a bit of tongue and cheekery, but nothing we'd say could possibly compete with straight facts. So here you go. A U.S. woman named Valerie Joyce Wilson Turks is suing hip-hop mogul P. Diddy for $900 billion US. Wow. Because he, among other things, knocked down the World Trade Center. What? Okay, we'll just read the quote and then we'll... Diddy went through Kim Porter and Rodney King and knocked down the World Trade Center, and then they all came and knocked my children down, set me up to be on disability, and disabled my baby. He put my baby in a wheelchair. Plus, I won a lot of money at the casino in Mississippi, and Sean P. Diddy Combs has my chip to my money. Okay, this woman is probably just like mentally ill. Okay, yeah. I heard he gave it to Gwen Allen to hold, but she cannot cash it in. I want my chip. Please help me. It's well worth over 100 zillions of dollars in my hospital keys. What the fuck? They put me and my baby in the hospital and broke my baby 2 legs and sexual assaulted my children and crushed us. Okay, this is ridiculous, guys. Like, the fact that this even made it to a national newspaper, like, I'm really disappointed that they would even take something like this shit seriously. Like, anybody can sue anyone for anything nowadays, but it doesn't mean you have to publish it in your newspaper. Like, just reading this alone made me glad I'm not reading this. Okay, what the fuck is that shit? Sometimes when I read these, it feels like someone is trying to approach a child with reasoning with adult-like brain in some weird way. Like a grown kid trying to make sense of something where there's no sense. Yeah. You know, it's funny, Urkel. I thought that for a long time. You cannot reason with kids like you talk to an adult because their brain is not developed like that. Okay, kids think like animals. Like, oh, I burned myself. That's hot. I better not touch it. You don't just tell them that's hot. Don't touch it. Like, that's not how they learn. Okay, you're probably like, oh my god, she's encouraging people to burn their kids. No. But like, kids learn by like falling off their bicycles and hurting themselves. You know, you can't just talk them out of everything. Ugh. Ridiculous. Oh my god. There was a case a few months ago where a father sued his son's school because they suspended the son for cheating on a test, plagiarizing an essay. The father doesn't contest that his son cheated, but rather that the suspension is cruel because it will prevent his son from getting into the Ivies, thereby ruining his son's life. Ironically, of course, the father's lawsuit put his son's cheating right into the news, where in a just world, it will be the first thing colleges find when they look at the son's application. That's funny. How old was the kid? I don't really think it's just for his life to be ruined because his father was a jackass. Yeah, I know, but like I don't know. That's messed up, people. Something about how the story has been consistently handled sick in my craw. What? Okay, I'm just gonna. An overweight woman tries to sue my mother's clinic because she broke a chair in the waiting room where she sat in, when she sat in it. She claimed the chair was already broken and that it was the office's fault it broke. Unfortunately for her, they had just redecorated and the chair was pretty much brand new and undamaged. Urkel. I mean, that is a kid. You expect that. Issue is when they grow and are still a kid. Basically an adult with child thinking. Now backing his own BS as he is entitled on his own decision as an adult. Yeah, you're right. Totally right. Oh. Yeah. Adults acting like kids are the worst. Definitely. Because they just, because they can actually reach things on the counter, but they can also make crazy, retarded demands. The judge laughed it out of court. Oh. He only laughed because she broke the entire witness box during testimony. Gosh. Okay, none of those really sounded like they were from the lawyer, but okay, this next one sounds like it's from an actual lawyer. As a lawyer, I think that large corporations tend to hype up the, quote, dumb lawsuit stories, viz. The McDonald's coffee case, because it benefits them to have the public think that people who sue large corporations typically have frivolous cases. This makes it easier for politicians to pass laws limiting frivolous lawsuits and making it harder to sue corporations that misbehave. Note that if you are wronged by a corporation, for example, you're driving a Ford Pinto that bursts into flames when someone taps your bumper, the only recourse you have is to sue. There is literally no other way you can force that corporation to behave decently. The more we laugh at the stupid lawsuits filed by people against corporations, the harder it will be for someone who is actually wronged to get justice. Mind you, that doesn't mean that there aren't crazy people filing crazy lawsuits, but those tend to get dismissed pretty quickly. I'm a patient specialist myself. Oh, I'm a patent. Oh my God. I say patient. I'm a patent specialist myself, so I don't do lawsuits, but I get crazy inventor types. I've had 2 perpetual motion weirdos so far. For those of you that don't know, a perpetual motion machine is a machine that constantly creates energy without ever losing energy. Yeah, that's not how it works. There's always like inefficiency. None of them actually became clients because the USPTO doesn't allow perpetual motion machines, but the calls were quite entertaining. I found that people who think the McDonald's coffee case was dumb changed their minds after hearing the actual facts. Yeah, there is. Yeah, fair enough. You always have to know the whole story. Like, you can't just, yeah. Hold on, so there's actually documented strictures against patenting perpetual motion machines? Not that I'm unfamiliar with basic physics, but just that it's kind of funny. I mean, it struck me as originating in a humanitarian ideal, where just in case it so happens that some quantum discovery makes such a thing possible, the US patent people want to make sure it is freely available for everyone to make their own. Oh my gosh. Okay, I think let's watch a video for a while. Okay, so we're gonna watch a video called Lawsuits That Actually Weren't Ridiculous. So I'll let you guys be the judge of that, but we'll come back to this.
Sources, they need more support. We are uninvited, working Ontario Women News.
Now that you can get anything delivered with Uber Eats, can you eat anything you get delivered? I'd say probably. Oh, maybe not.
The McDonald's coffee cup case, the case where the aunt sued her nephew for hugging her. These are all examples of the most ridiculous, frivolous lawsuits ever. Or are they? One of the hallmarks of the American legal system is that if you've been injured, you have the right to have your grievance heard in a court of law. Of course, one of the downsides of the American legal system is that if you haven't been injured, you also have the right to have your grievance heard in a court of law. But not every newsroom or TV show has a legal consultant on hand, so they often leave out key details and nuances about particular cases, and they have a hard time determining which ones are which. And occasionally, these sensational headlines that focus only on the dollar amounts can sometimes give people the wrong impression about the merits of the case. So today we're going to discuss some of the most frivolous lawsuits that actually might not have been so frivolous after all.
Arkell, which one are you replying to where you're like, huh? Is it the one where the woman sues her niece for hugging her? Because like that, I'm just like, what the fuck? Like in my brain, there's no way like that can be like made sense of, but apparently these ones actually make sense. So what? Yeah, same, right?
And of course, if we're discussing lawsuits that have been labeled as frivolous, but actually might have a kernel of truth to them, there is no better place to start than the frivolous lawsuit that is, of course, the McDonald's coffee cup lawsuit. So let's start this discussion with the story of Stella Liebeck, the woman who spilled scalding hot McDonald's coffee on her lap and sued the restaurant. Now, here are the facts, as you might not have ever heard them before. On February 27th, 1992, Stella Liebeck, then a 79-year-old woman from Albuquerque, New Mexico, ordered a cup of McDonald's coffee at the drive-thru window. Liebeck was sitting in the passenger seat of her parked car as her grandson stepped inside to grab some cream and sugar. Since the car had no cup holders, Liebeck placed the coffee cup between her knees and pulled to open the lid. She then spilled the entire cup of scalding hot coffee on her lap, causing third-degree burns on her thighs, buttocks, and groin.
All I remember is trying to get out of the car. I screamed, not realizing I was burned that bad. I knew I was in terrible pain.
She was actually hospitalized for 8 days and underwent skin grafting. Liebeck was permanently disfigured after the incident and was partially disabled for 2 years. Some of the trial exhibits that were used in this particular case shine a light on just how devastating her injuries were. Now, of course, Liebeck sued McDonald's, accusing the company of gross negligence and for selling coffee that was, quote, unreasonably dangerous and defectively manufactured. At trial, it was uncovered that McDonald's had been serving coffee between 180 and 190 degrees Fahrenheit, much higher than the industry norm, and which expert testimony revealed could cause third-degree burns in as little as 2 seconds. Other internal documents obtained from McDonald's showed that between 1982 and 1992, the company had received more than 700 reports of people being burned by their coffee, with McDonald's having settled claims from said injuries for more than $500,000. In this case, the jury awarded Liebeck $200,000 in compensatory damages, but reduced that by 20% to $160,000 to account for her own negligence in spilling on herself. The jury also awarded her $2.7 million based on her attorney's suggestion to penalize McDonald's for 2 days worth of coffee revenue, or about $1.35 million per day. The punitive damage award was supported by the discovery that 700 people had been previously burned by hot coffee, demonstrating that the company had actual knowledge that the coffee was being served too hot but failed to remedy the issue. The judge reduced the punitive damages to 3 times compensatory damages, or $480,000, for a total judgment of $640,000. This decision was appealed, but the parties settled for an undisclosed amount of probably less than $600,000. Now, if prior to watching this video you thought that this was a case about a clumsy, greedy woman trying to get rich quick over her own mistake, you're probably not alone. Thanks to a perfect storm of shortened news reports and outraged political conservatives who use the case to advocate for sharp limits on tort lawsuits, so-called tort reform, the general public was really misinformed about the nature of this case.
She spilled hot coffee on her lap while sitting in her car and claimed it was too hot. Every day we hear about another outrageous lawsuit.
As a result, the general public wrongly believed Liebeck spilled.
Okay, yeah, like, I get it. Like, yeah, it was made too hot. But what the fuck are you doing, like, keeping it in between your knees? You're an old woman, and you're keeping a freaking boiling cup of coffee between your knees, and you're driving, and you're taking off the lid. Like, talk about retarded. Like, that's her fault. Are you serious? Like, this is not justified. This is actually ridiculous.
Coffee while she was driving her car. She was in fact just a passenger in a parked car, and that the injuries were minor. She was in fact...
You there for cold coffee? Wrong order. Yeah, right? Oh my god.
Permanently disfigured. Late night...
No, like... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're not there for cold coffee. You know it's hot. Jeez, like, what? This is ridiculous.
Comedians and sitcoms have also heavily parodied the case, contributing to the false image of this particular lawsuit.
You get me one coffee drinker on that jury, you gonna walk out of there a rich man.
And despite what you might have heard, Liebeck did not sue McDonald's for millions of dollars. In fact, she didn't want to sue them at all. She originally requested only $20,000 to cover her medical bills and lost income. McDonald's responded with an insulting $800 settlement offer. Liebeck's counsel had also offered settlement amounts ranging from $90,000 to $300,000, but McDonald's also rejected all pretrial efforts to settle the case.
I was not in it for the money. I was in it because I wanted to bring the temperature down, so that other people will not go through the same thing I did.
The most that Liebeck asked for at trial was $800,000, and it was the jury that awarded her $2.7 million, which she...
Oh yeah, Urkel. Yeah, they could just write it in the paper, steaming hot coffee. Yeah, apparently they do that now. Like, they actually have to write caution hot, in case people didn't know, or they can't feel through their fingers, because it feels really hot. Oh my god.
Never actually received because the punitive damages were chopped. And her critics claim that Liebeck shouldn't recover anything because she spilled coffee on herself, but the jury did in fact find Liebeck partially responsible for her injury, applying the principles of comparative negligence, in which liability is apportioned based on how much at fault each party was for the injury. The jury found that Liebeck was 20% at fault for her injury, and her compensatory damages were reduced by 20%, the amount that she was at fault. But in the past decade, the Liebeck case has...
She got pissy that they gave her only $800 when she asked for $20,000, and after that went full throttle. Yeah, totally, right? Oh my gosh.
Received renewed attention in the form of the 2011 documentary Hot Coffee and a 2013 retro report video from the New York Times. But the false perception about this case continues to this very day.
That Stella Liebeck needed to defend her reputation is the saddest piece of this whole story.
But now, what do you think? Completely frivolous, or is there some merit to it? Let's move on to the next case about the famous man who was trapped in a phone booth and hit by a drunk driver but sues the phone company. As you might recall, the 1980s were a unique period in our history when people wore parachute pants and MTV actually...
What? Did we just hear that right? What the fuck? Maybe she was not in it for the money at the start, but after $800 she was. Yeah. I mean, I get, like, hospital bills in the States are crazy because you have to pay for everything out of pocket, but what? What's going on? Like, seriously.
Actually played music. That was also when the tort reform movement, which claimed America was under assault by unscrupulous lawyers bringing frivolous lawsuits, first began to pick up steam. And few were as instrumental in cementing this image of out-of-control lawsuits into the American consciousness than President Ronald Reagan. But more on that in a moment, because in 1974, Charles Bigby, following a night shift as a custodian in the city of Los Angeles, used a public telephone booth to call his girlfriend. As the two spoke, Bigby saw a car driving erratically towards him, but while bystanders and a man in a neighboring phone booth were able to get out of the way, Bigby's phone booth jammed, trapping him inside for the near-fatal collision. And this is how President Reagan described that case in a speech to the American Tort Reform Association.
Now, it's no surprise that the injured man sued, but you might be startled to hear whom he sued. The telephone company and associated firms. That's right.
Reagan claimed that this loony case was an example of a broken tort system. Sounds pretty bad, right? Well, it might surprise you to know that Reagan left out a few key details about this case, which would not be the first time.
A few months ago, I told the American people I did not trade arms for hostages. My heart and my best intentions still tell me that's true, but the facts and the evidence tell me it is not.
So here's what President Reagan actually left out. First, 2 years prior, a driver had destroyed a phone booth that had been placed in the identical spot. Now, the phone company replaced the booth, but didn't include a guardrail or a warning, and the replacement phone booth had a malfunctioning door. Accordingly, the phone company was on notice that the placement of the phone booth might be dangerous, and didn't take what most would consider reasonable measures to remedy the risk. And contrary to Reagan's implication, Bigby did not merely sue the phone company. Bigby sued everyone he felt had contributed to his accident, including the alleged drunk driver, as well as the horse racing track he believed served the alcohol to the driver. And this is typical of lawsuits, where you name all of the parties that you believe are responsible and let the facts take the jury where they will, and the jury can apportion faults among all of the different defendants. And finally, Reagan left out just how badly Bigby was injured. Bigby had to have his right leg amputated 4 inches above the knee, and while his left leg required skin grafts to be saved. Bigby would eventually require an artificial leg, a wheelchair, and a knee brace for his left leg. And because insurance would not cover everything, Bigby's unpaid medical bills amounted to more than $1,500, 20% of his yearly janitor's salary of $7,300. Bigby was physically unable to work and became severely depressed and was hounded by collections agents. But in the end, frivolous or not, Bigby settled for a mere $25,000, with the alleged drunk driver paying half and the racetrack vendors paying the other half. But since this is America and we love our cars almost as much as we love our guns, let's talk about the supposedly frivolous case of the man who won $1.25 million after stealing his own car.
What?
This is a case that you just read the
How do you steal your own car? What?
headlines and it seems completely insane. Man steals his own car and wins $1.25 million. Well, reading below the headline reveals a harrowing story of discrimination and police brutality. In 2015, Dr. Lawrence Crosby, then a 25-year-old engineering doctoral student, was fixing a loose molding on his car. A woman witnessed Crosby, who was wearing a hooded sweatshirt at the time, fixing his car and assumed that he was trying to steal the car. She proceeded to follow him in her car from his home to the university before she called the police to report that she saw a black man in a hoodie steal a car. In the arrest video, Crosby can be heard telling the police that he was trying to fix his own car. The police dashcam video shows Crosby getting out of his car with both hands up, holding—
Oh my god, talk about racism to the extreme. Like, are you kidding me? That's ridiculous.
a cell phone in one hand. Officers approached Crosby with their guns drawn. Police then ordered Crosby to get down on the ground, and when he did not immediately comply, a group of officers rushed Crosby and threw him to the ground. Crosby said that the officers piled on top of him, proceeded to hit and knee him. And as an officer screamed, "Stop resisting," Crosby, who had his own dashcam video, can be heard saying, "I'm cooperating, sir, you're on video." That's an FYI. Officers quickly learned that Crosby owned the car and was in good standing, and even though Crosby had not actually stolen a car that belonged to him, Crosby was still arrested and charged with disobeying officers and—
What? He got charged? He should be suing the police. Oh my god. And whoever called and, like, complained, what the hell is wrong with people?
resisting police. To repeat, even though Crosby was cleared by the police for stealing his own car, the police still arrested him for resisting an arrest for a crime that he in fact did not commit. A judge later threw out the charges, and the following year, Crosby filed a civil lawsuit against the city of Evanston, Illinois, citing false arrest and excessive force. In the suit, Crosby demanded that the city and the arresting officers pay at least
I think he should sue the officers and the bitch who called the cops on him in the first place. What the fuck?
$50,000 for compensatory and punitive damages, fees, costs, and such other relief. In January 2019, the city council voted 8-0 to settle with now Dr. Crosby for $1.2 million.
Wow. Good for him. Jesus.
Get some road praise. With our new app, you can save on insurance when you drive safe.
After the settlement, Dr. Crosby stated that he was working on mending his reputation, having found himself often defending his actions and explaining what happened that night once the case became a national headline. And it makes sense. If you just read the headlines, one could have gotten the wrong idea about what happened. But moving forward, Dr. Crosby said that his first steps post-settlement would be holding an implicit bias forum for students and faculty at Stanford University, where he earned his...
Jacobus, yeah, I know ads. I know. Okay, that's on my list, okay? Urkel, it's on my list. Yeah. Jacobus, I love your emote. Yeah, we are looking at crazy lawsuits. Crazy.
Undergraduate degree. Okay, fine. You've probably heard about police brutality before, so that one might not be that surprising. But have you heard the one about the aunt who sues her 12-year-old nephew for $127,000 because he hugged her? Well, there's an old saying that when it comes to family, blood is thicker than water. But in the rough and tumble world of litigation, it's not that uncommon for aggrieved relatives to sue one another for personal injury. But what is uncommon is when the plaintiff is an adult suing a very small child. And so goes the story of Jennifer Connell, the woman dubbed the Aunt from Hell, who sued her nephew for $127,000.
Did it just say Antichrist? That's jokes. Okay, sorry. Okay.
$1,000 over a birthday hug gone wrong. You probably heard some of the facts of this case when the story first went viral. In 2011, an Upper East Side aunt attended a birthday party for her then 8-year-old nephew, Sean. The precocious lad was riding around on his brand new bicycle, his first two-wheeler, when he saw his beloved aunt. And when he spotted her, Sean, who was technically the son of a cousin but refers to Connell as his aunt, dropped his new bike on the ground and ran to his aunt at full speed. He leapt into her arms, exclaiming, "Auntie Jen, I love you." Auntie Jen was caught off guard by the leaping nephew, causing her to fall.
You don't use ad block on YouTube? I probably should. For that. I should probably. I've never actually done it because I'm just like, whatever. Yeah, and now that I'm doing this, maybe I should get ad block. I have no, I'm using an ad block for Edge, but I think because Edge is a new browser, they don't have like good ad blocks. Yeah, I have one enabled right now. Clearly, it's not working the best. So maybe I just need to use Chrome or, Firefox. Yeah.
And break her wrist. 2 years later, she sued young Sean for $127,000. Now, if this sounds ridiculous, you would not be alone in thinking so. When word of the case broke out, people blasted the aunt who was a human resources manager on social media, dubbing her the Aunt from Hell and the worst aunt ever, and...
Yeah, Antichrist. Oh my god. Talk about clever wordplay. Urkel, you could just create a profile for this only. Wait, what do you mean? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Let me know in the comments.
And Antichrist. And the news media also piled on, portraying her as a greedy money grubber, bringing an inherently ridiculous case against a child. The trial didn't help her image. Auntie Jen testified that her injury harmed her social life by making her unable to hold the plate of hors d'oeuvres. She further testified, quote, "I live in Manhattan in a third-floor walk-up, so it's been very difficult, and we all know how crowded it is in Manhattan." She argued that young Sean had been negligent when he jumped into her arms and broke her wrist, and therefore that she was entitled to $127,000 as compensation for her medical bills.
Yeah, now, I don't feel any different about this one yet. I mean, that's your family. And yeah, that is messed up.
The jury...
Oh, Urkel, instead of going in private and disabling some add-ons, you could just create a separate account for V2. Wait. What? I'm not sure I'm following. And sorry, I'm not really following. Wait, you think, oh, I'm disabling the add-ons? Oh, in private mode, really? Oh, I thought it would still run. Oh, okay. No, I get it. I get what you're saying. No, it's okay. I get what you mean. Like, I thought it would still work even if I'm in private mode, but I guess not. Okay. Okay. I'll have to play around with this later.
Disagreed, deciding that she deserved zero compensation after a mere 20 minutes of deliberation. Now, this seems like a textbook case of overzealous litigation. Well, here's the rub, and hold on because it involves both legal nuance and insurance law. I know everyone keeps asking for more insurance law and extremely nuanced legal points, so, here you go. Under Connecticut law, she literally had no choice. Auntie Jen first submitted her claim to the homeowner's liability insurer of Sean's parents. In response, the insurer offered her a mere $1 settlement offer, and when Auntie Jen wanted to litigate her damages claim, her attorneys informed her of an inconvenient fact about Connecticut law. It's illegal to name a homeowner's insurance policy as a defendant in a personal injury case. The only way she could get a homeowner's insurance policy to pay her medical bills was—
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Yeah. I have to admit, I woke up yesterday feeling like way more energized, but like today I'm just like, but I'm still kicking. Yeah, you guys give me energy, so it's awesome. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. I'm doing great. How are you? It's just 42 boredom. Is that why you logged on? You're just like, man, I gotta learn about some crazy ass lawsuits and thank my lucky stars.
to get a judgment against the person who injured her. So, regardless of how silly it might have appeared to outside observers, Auntie Jen was required as a matter of law to sue the party that she thought injured her, which in this case means suing a young child. Auntie Jen did not win her case, but just because a party loses a lawsuit doesn't mean that it was filed without any legal basis. A minor can be held liable for injuring another under Connecticut law. In 1960, the Connecticut Supreme Court had held that a 17-year-old girl could be held liable to her minor siblings arising out of her negligence in a car accident.
Oh my god. Good. By the way, has anyone can anyone really appreciate like the background here? Like this guy really set up his stage well. Like that's a really nice setup. I just have to like note that I appreciate that. Jagaboos doing all right. Finished up a couple drawings yesterday. Oh, cool. Oh my gosh. You have to get yourself some kind of a table or something. Get yourself something so you're not drawing with your mouse on your lap. That's what you were saying last time, right?
And outlining the legal standard of care for minors who injure third parties, the Connecticut Supreme Court wrote, "A minor is liable for injuries negligently inflicted by him upon another. It is true that in determining the negligence of a minor, the law applies to him a standard of conduct which will vary according to his age, judgment, and experience, but the law does not grant him a complete immunity from liability for his torts, even in negligence." So this lowered standard of care for minors is consistent with what happened in Auntie Jen's case. At trial, the judge instructed the jury that had Sean been 18 at the time of the incident, he probably would have been expected to act like a reasonable adult. However, because the boy was only 8 years old at the time, the jury had to consider only what a prudent 8-year-old boy would have done, and on that basis, the jury held that young Sean was not liable for any damages. After the case, Miss Connell appeared on the Today Show with her then 12-year-old nephew to clear the air. She explained that her relationship remained sound, and she deeply regretted that Connecticut law forced her to take this route.
I was informed that Sean had to be named. I was never comfortable with that.
As for young Sean,
yeah, that is what? I'm glad they're still getting along, but I'm sure the kid's just like, I'll see his face. It's just like, you gotta make like that little speech bubble that says WTF, like, I'm so getting the fuck out of here when this is over.
Informed that Sean had to be named. I was never comfortable with that.
As for young...
Okay, yeah, right. You didn't think he was going to be implicated in any way, that his friends weren't going to bully him at school for that? Jagaboo, I ordered a tablet today, so it might be easier. Which tablet did you buy?
Young Sean, he stands by his aunt.
Sean, what do you want people to know about your aunt?
That I love her, and she loves me.
Either way, this will probably make for some awkward family reunions in the future. But you can tell that sometimes what you see in the news can be misleading, or it might just be half of the story. But not with today's sponsor, Morning Brew. I've actually been subscribed to Morning Brew for forever. It's one of my absolute favorite newsletters, and it's awesome that they've won
through the sponsors. Oh, lovely. Dish 42, what you been up to today? Let's take a look at it. So guys, we were looking at this Reddit before. just people's reactions to like crazy lawsuits, and we will let's see what we can discover. Okay. I had a college instructor had been. Oh God. Can you guys try to make that freaking grammar right so when I read it out loud, like I had a college instructor who had been a SWAT team member. I think that's what they're trying to say. At the time I was in his class, he was getting ready to go to court as a result of an entry he made a decade earlier. The subject was wanted on multiple warrants and had holed up inside his house. He refused to come out, so SWAT broke the door down. The door hit him in the head because he was hiding behind it. This was somehow all the fault of my instructor, who was leading the SWAT entry. Oh my God, amazing. Do you know who won? Oh, that's interesting. Jacobus, XP Pen Deco 01V2. Oh, wow. That's a mouthful. I mean, it sounds like a pretty good, solid tablet. Is it good? And did you use Amazon? Stupid jury tricks. A self-proclaimed former psychic, what? Was awarded roughly $1 million when she brought suit claiming an allergy to an iodine trace prior to a CAT scan destroyed her ability to make a living as a psychic. I don't know if you were here for like crazy laws, but I think in so we were talking about like Boston, like Massachusetts being a really expensive place to live. Like it's very expensive. Like the price of electricity is 3 times higher than where I live. And on top of that, like a huge percentage of the city's like educated. Like they have at least a bachelor's degree, which I mean that's not bad, right? Like that's a pretty safe place. But at the same time, okay, so why do I bring this up? Apparently, to be a psychic in that area, you actually have to be certified. So you can't just be a psychic, you have to be a certified psychic. That's great. Jacobus got it for 50. It's normally 70. That's amazing. I want to say I paid $60 for mine. But well, that's 60 Canadian, but still, that's really good. Holy cow. 42. I also bought Ohio from Walmart just now. Wait, what? What the hell is Ohio? It was 15% off. Stage 42, you always have amazing deals to share with us. They're like, no, what is Ohio? What is that? And you're not just saying like, Ohio, because I'm a Japanese style. And I don't think you're talking about the state of Ohio from the US. So, yeah. What are you talking about? I love how this first comment is, wait. She won the first trial? Oh my gosh, she was awarded $1 million. That is, guys, serious? You can do that? I'm out of here. I am talking about the state. Oh, are you kidding me, Stitch 42? I am the king of Ohio and Louisiana. Oh my God. Okay, Louisiana at least made sense. There was like a double meaning there, but Ohio? Come on, Ohio. Urkel's just like, yeah, what? Oh, my only question as the defense would be, how did you not see this kind? I think the psychics would claim when people ask them, well, if you're psychic, how come you don't just buy the lottery and predict the winning numbers? I think they can only see certain things. They can't just control what they see. And I know that sounds stupid coming from me, but like, I truly think that's... Let's see. What else? Okay. The lady who was suing the estate of a teenager who was hit by a train and somehow she was close enough to get hit by his flying body parts. Ugh. That is really gross and disturbing. Most likely intentional inflection of emotional distress, IIED. Seeing something like this, especially considering that she was hit by body parts, could be very traumatic. IIED is alleged in many cases, although it is difficult to prove at times. In some jurisdictions, you have to show physical pain resulting from the trauma, lost wages, loss of consortium, and yada yada yada. I mean, I feel like something like that wouldn't cause you physical pain. It would cause you like emotional damage, right? Like that is messed up. gosh. Let's see. A girl sneaks into a club through a bathroom window, falls, and smashes her 2 front teeth. She ends up suing and winning a $10,000 settlement for dental floss. Okay, here's the thing, guys. Like, I don't know if I can just believe that. I don't, like, I mean, I could just make up some shit right now, too. Like, where's the context? Like, I want to read a bit more about that. Like, I can just make up some shit now, too. I guess we just have to go on the honor system on Reddit. Apparently, a 7-year-old boy in Eagle Vale, Colorado, got sued by an older man over a minor collision. A 7-year-old boy? The ensuing trial took a toll on the child, in which his grades suffered, and his behavior became unruly. I read through it and just thought, how can someone justify putting a kid through a lawsuit? Yeah, that I can kind of understand. 7 years old and you sue him, that's going to mess with his mental state of mind. And 7-year-olds probably don't want to do well in school in general, so now you're just distracting them even more. Oh, gosh. What asshole sues a 7-year-old? The kid ran over his skis but didn't hurt the guy. What a douche. Yeah. Maybe the parents could just buy him a gift card for, like, a nice restaurant. Ooh, this is interesting. My parents are lawyers, and I have a few good stories I heard growing up. My mother was involved in a case where a fat lady was suing a hot springs resort she was at. As you might imagine, natural hot springs are chaotic places. Some pools are way hotter or colder than others. The pools people are allowed in are carefully temperature controlled, though they are legitimately fed by the hot springs. Oh, that is so cool, guys. I've always wanted to go to a hot spring, like a real one. Real raw hot spring pools are dangerous and fenced off. This lady decides she wants to swim in one of the latter springs. God only knows why. She starts climbing the fence, covered though it is with warnings and danger notifications. The fence, someone unsurprisingly, buckled under her. Wait, somewhat unsurprisingly? Maybe somewhat unsurprisingly. Ample weight, and she fell into the raw hot spring that she was planning to swim in anyways. Serious burns over the majority of her body, so she sues the resort for having a weak fence. She won. Guys, that is so fucked up. Sorry, excuse my French. Like, that is so, literally, that is messed up. Ugh. That's not fair. Like, there's signs, like, you're not supposed to go there. It's fenced off. And she was planning to go there. How does she win? If you know what it is, sometimes there was some story earlier about some woman doing some stupid shit, becoming a quadriplegic or paraplegic or something. And the jury feels sorry for her, so awards her money. So fucking what? I get you're disabled now, and I feel bad for you, but that's kind of your own damn fault. So why the fuck should someone else compensate you for that? That is your own stupidity. I know, I sound really harsh. Seriously? That's retarded. Okay. She should have died. Okay, that's a bit strong. I don't think that's a very nice comment. I genuinely think people like this should be winning a Darwin Award. Okay, that next line's kind of fun. This first one is, the fence could not accommodate some of your generousness. That's good. These are the ones that piss me off the most. You didn't stop me doing something blatantly idiotic. Yeah, what the fuck? How in the world did she win? Yes, thank you for your 3 question marks. Was it a jury trial and it was a pity win for her? Or was it a legitimate case of, I didn't notice the fence I was climbing over and all the signs and burned myself, so you owe me money? What? Oh, guys. Reminds me of the people whose kids break into gated off properties to play in a pool / trampoline and get hurt while trespassing. So they sue citing inadequate safety measures. I used to think they were stories my parents made up as an excuse to not get a pool / trampoline until I Googled them. Wait, what? So if you have a pool and you fence your property off and people trespass into your pool and they drown, they can sue you for it? Like, go fuck yourself. Seriously, what the fuck? That is ridiculous. I don't know what's worse, the fact that people sue over that stuff or the fact that they win large amounts of money because they can't control their own children. Guys, sorry, I'm getting really heated today. I don't know why. These lawsuits are pissing me off. Hi, Traveling Pumpkin. Welcome. It is so good to see you. You probably walked in on me swearing and saying some bullshit. Sorry, I'm literally losing myself today. Like, I don't know what's happening. Like, these lawsuits are pissing me off. Urkel's like, I'm having fun. How are you? I'm good. Thanks for asking. You guys are the best followers ever. Like, you guys are so nice. You always ask me how I'm doing. You warm up my heart. No, I'm good. I'm doing good. Yeah, thanks for asking. It is another beautiful sunny day here. Like the sky is blue and the weather is great. Or so I hear. It is hot though today. I forgot my AC on, so that feels nice. No, it's better now because you guys are all here. I'm doing good. How are you? How is everything going with you? Yeah, we're reading some crazy ass lawsuits, so excuse me for being a little inappropriate. I'm kind of flying off the handle, like yeah, a lot. Man sues the city for a garbage truck hitting and totaling his car. He was driving the garbage truck. Wait, what? I never did find out the verdict. Are you serious? What the fuck, guys? His lawsuit was thrown away because he was deemed to be suing himself. So then his wife sued instead. Not sure where it went from there. Oh, Urkel, didn't you share a story the other day where you said some guy was driving a car for his company and then he went to sleep in the back and then the car crashed and then he sued the company because it didn't say in his company contract that he wasn't allowed to sleep? I can't, and he won? That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Like, I don't know why I don't see that on this list yet, because that should totally be here. What? Let's see. The only thing that doesn't make sense there is the fact that he had to sue it all. Isn't this a simple matter of insurance? In high school, some weird kid kept groping girls, and one of the girls finally stepped in and filed charges. After her, the other girl stepped up, so the kid was in deep shit. He got kicked out of school. When they went to court, the kid was filing charges on her for ruining his name. Needless to say, she didn't get in trouble. My God. That's nuts. It's nuts. Honestly, at that point, he would have been willing to try anything. Yeah, I get that. Like, at some point, people do some idiotic things, and you're like, what the fuck? But then they're kind of at the end of their rope, and they don't really have any other options. So, yeah, I kind of get that. Yeah. The Traveling Pumpkin, how are you? You didn't tell me. How are you doing? Let's see, a few years ago, an old high school classmate killed himself while drunk driving by hitting a stopped car on the shoulder. The parents of my classmate sued the owner of the disabled vehicle for not properly maintaining his car. You gotta be shitting me, guys. Ugh. It's on the shoulder. That's what the shoulder's for. I mean, yeah, the car shouldn't have been there. It's disabled. It shouldn't be there, but what the fuck? Like, ugh. Guys, losing faith in humanity here. Except you guys. You guys are awesome. The Traveling Pumpkin, I'm doing good. Had a lot of cuddles today. Aw, that's nice. Wait, what do you mean? Explain. What do you mean by had a lot of cuddles? Let's see. A man is suing Barack Obama for failing to adequately protecting the natural resources of the world from alien mining. What? And open. I think we watched this, right? Yeah, we're close. Wait, what? Negligence. Defendant is not protecting the people of Earth from aliens mining the planet for resources. Priorities, people. I mean, we don't have money to spend on that when we got to spend money on things right here at home. What are they supposed to say to that? This shit could be a Hollywood movie. TIL, Obama is responsible for the entire Earth. What? Wait, what? The Jets fan who tried to sue the Patriots after the Spygate fiasco. I could see a small claims case mainly for getting your money back for the tickets, but this guy was seeking $184 million for emotional damages. For those of you guys that joined a bit after, there was a lawsuit. Some woman sued P. Diddy for $900 billion. That's right, 900 billion, like a trillion almost dollars, because she claimed that he disabled her kid, and stole a diamond from her or some shit. And when you read her, like, I don't know if testimony is the right word, but when you read her, like, characterization or whatever, it sounds really like she's not all there. Let's just say that. Oh my God. The Nutella class action lawsuit? What? Get me on board. I love Nutella though, seriously. I can't keep it in my house or I'll finish it. The Nutella class action lawsuit that occurred just last month. Parents with a lack of common sense blaming the company for their children's weight issues. Yeah, no. Not a second had it crossed their minds that they are feeding their kids chocolate spread. And it tastes sweet. Huh, I wonder where that came from. Definitely not from sugar. The thing being precisely that it's mostly palm oil and not chocolate spread. Oh, serious? Okay, now guys, I read that the original palm oil is actually healthy, but the way they process it actually makes it like really fucked up. Yeah. Nutrition facts label, no excuse. Yeah, I agree. I know that the parents really should understand that it's fucking chocolate and practically cake frosting. Oh my god. Oh, I'm gonna want Nutella after. But part of me is totally on their side. I mean, Nutella did advertise itself as a healthy hazelnut chocolate spread. They had a commercial with a mom talking about why she has her kids eat Nutella for breakfast, when it's actually something most people eat by the spoonful when they sit alone to watch reruns of Dawson's Creek. Have you ever done that? I am not going to admit that I have or haven't. I'm not confessing to anything because I'm not on trial here. But seriously, Nutella is so freaking good. Have you guys seen the TikToks where people say, did you know that in the Nutella bottle, like the jar lid, apparently if you flip open that little piece of paper inside the lid, there's a spoon there. I've never tried that because I haven't bought it since then, like since I saw that. But yeah, this is why I can't keep Nutella at home because I will literally finish it. And the worst part is, freaking Costco sells such a freaking huge like jar of it at such a cheap price. Like it's hard to not buy it. But fuck, man, if I buy that shit, I will literally eat it by the spoonful. That's why I got fucked up health issues now. Okay. There was a lawsuit many years ago in Long Island. A boy was invited onto a fire truck during a parade, fell off, and broke his wrist. The boy's parents sued the fire department for going against policy and allowing the boy to ride. The firefighter who brought the kid onto the truck, his father, the plaintiff. What? Yeah, this sounded completely reasonable until the third to last word. At least the father will probably fuck himself over instead of this being ignored. What? Traveling Pumpkin, I don't like Nutella. Okay, I am proud of you. Good. Don't like it. You know what the fucked up thing is? I have this addiction to sugar, and I hate it. Like, I wish I didn't eat sugar. So, guys, these last 2 days, I haven't been having sugar, only in the form of, like, an apple, but, like, no processed shit. Just an apple, and... No, actually, that's it. That's the only real form of sugar I'm getting, like, directly that I know is, like... But I noticed if I don't have sugar, my body doesn't crave it. So mind blowing, like Jackaboos. I ate too much Nutella once, and now I can't eat it. Wait, why? Are you allergic to hazelnuts or something? Like, if I eat hazelnuts, my throat gets itchy, and I don't have allergies to anything except like hay fever, which is why I'm inside on a beautiful day like today. But yeah, my throat gets really itchy, and then my ears get itchy too, and. But when I eat Nutella, I'm okay. But why can't you eat Nutella? Merkel. Not gonna lie, I saw a lot of weird stuff. In all products, there's something that you could not want to be there, and it's not written there. Yeah, that's true. Holy shit. Like, if in North America, if they write the word spices on something, it can literally just, like, they could add MSG to that shit. And I know people say, oh, MSG is fine as long as you're not allergic. No, do your research. It actually destroys brain cells. So do your research, people. Erica, like example, meat or grinded meat. Like they mostly, like they say mostly pork and mixture or chicken, beef. Yeah, exactly. And others. Makes you wonder what is the other. Yeah, exactly. True. I never thought about that one, actually. You're totally right. Wait, Jacobus, you gag at the smell? Serious? Okay. Oh my god, Jacobus, I have a very similar thing that happened to me, but now with Nutella. Okay, I don't know okay, I know I sound really uneducated and untraveled when I'm gonna say this, but I don't know if you guys have Subway in Europe. Oh god, that not so bad. Okay, I'm sorry. Like Subway sandwiches, you know, like the American franchise that makes like long foot-long sandwiches. By the way, there was a lawsuit about that in today's stream earlier. Some guy sued it because it was only 11 inches long instead of 12, which is a foot long. Anyways, they had these cookies in Subway. No, they still do, which I used to find like addictive. Like I couldn't stop eating it. They were so fucking good. But now the smell makes me like, ugh. And it's not just Subway cookies. Like Costco sells similar kind of like similarly made cookies. Even like some coffee shops here sell similarly made cookies. And when I smell it and I taste it, I actually asked the person I was with the other day, I'm like, is this okay? Like, has it gone bad? And they're just like, no. I'm like, oh, this tastes really fucking. And I'm like, thank God. Like, and it's, I won't eat it now. I'm glad. Traveling pumpkin, isn't it pronounced like Nutella, not Nutella? Ah, I never thought about that. Yeah, I guess it makes sense because it's made with nuts. But yeah, no, it's Nutella. I guess, but the way you said it makes way more sense. It's Nutella. That's interesting. Yeah, no, it's Nutella. Yeah, we have Subway over here. Oh, okay. Yeah, so we have Mr. Sub and Subway. Mr. Sub, okay, the only difference, I like Subway because they don't cut their bread all the way through, so like everything doesn't fall out of your sandwich. But apparently they use yoga mat material in their bread, which is what makes it so, you know, able to hold all the shit that you put in your sub, which is fucked up. But I mean, how else are you gonna eat a sub that is filled? Like if you've ever eaten natural bread with no shit in it, it will literally break apart. It doesn't have flexibility. But anyways, I digress. Urkel, usually it is horse meat, dog, camel, or other animals that people do not like to be mentioned. Okay, Urkel, seriously, like if they put camel or horse meat, I know that sounds gross. Okay, dog is kind of hard to, because you know we have dogs as pets, and I know I'm gonna get like backlash for that because people keep horses too. But honestly, wouldn't it be better if they had a horse meat or camel meat, because they're not going to be on feedlots, so isn't it more likely to be like free run and healthy with like more levels of omega-3s and shit? Okay, guys. Wow, that sounded so bad. So bad. Okay, I take it back. This is the problem with life. Stream. You can't take the shit you say. Okay, whatever. I do not regret what I've said. Spelling pumpkin. We say Nutella in the UK. As in nut. Oh, Nutella. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, I know in Europe they pronounce things like a lot of words differently than they pronounce like in North America. Like the English is different. I'll give you an example. So one of my friends, his dad has this like really classic Mercedes S-Class. Like, you know, one of those ones from like the 1980s and stuff. It looks pretty nice. It's like it's a classic red, you know? So his dad is European, and he doesn't say Mercedes, he says Mercedes, which is interesting. Like, what? And every time I hear that, I'm like, and or not just that, like Audi. I hear people call it Audi, and I'm like, Audi sounds so stupid. It's Audi. Stop pronouncing that wrong. Or Porsche is supposed to be Porsche. Okay, I can stop. Urkel, not gonna lie, it is a good meat. People are just not comfy with seeing it. Makes for some questions when you're allergic to specific kinds of meat. Yeah. Like, okay, I have had ostrich, not like a lot, like a little bit in Turkey. Like total salad. Yeah. I've had a bit of ostrich meat. It was pretty good. Yeah, it was not bad. And alligator jerky. But they mixed it with beef, so like I couldn't really tell the difference. Some people have eaten frogs and they say it tastes like chicken. I haven't had frogs. But someone tried to make me eat escargot once, and I'm like, oh, hell no. You cannot pay me enough to eat that shit. I'm sorry. Like, I can't. I don't know. It's all like slimy and slurpy. Oh, God. Probably pumpkin frog tastes good. Yeah, I've heard that. I would like to try frog at some point. Frog, snake. I want to try, like, Noah's Ark. I want to try all the animals. Well, not all the animals. Almost all the animals. I'll build whatever you want in Ohio. Wait, what do you mean? Like what? What do you want to build? I don't know. What can you build? Oh, you know what? I love horseback riding. I went a couple times when I was really, really small, and I haven't since. I just love. I'm like one of those cliche girls that just loves horse. Oh, I would love. I'll build whatever you want. Okay, escargot is plain. It just tastes like the sauce you have in it. Oh, okay, fair enough. The texture just makes me want to kick. Statues of my favorite streamers. Aw, that's so nice. Yeah, that's right. Great. Statue of Catirnity. Yes. Yeah, you can totally do that. Wait, what? you took my heart away. Don't do that to me. Come on. Stop my heart for a second. Oh my god. Okay. My favorite food, which always freaks Americans out, is urchins. Okay. Do their own thing. But yeah, I can see, like, that's not a common food in North America, so I get why people would be like, what? Like, okay, there are some people who eat, like, goat brain and, like, you know, I was gonna say something really bad. Okay, I'm not gonna say it. But yeah, so yeah, every place, every culture has their own stuff. If it tastes delicious and it's healthy for you, then there's, I don't see any reason why you shouldn't. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you guys are jokes. So yeah, Stitch 42, I am waiting for my statue. I don't think, have you guys ever seen like the full me? I don't think so, right? I wonder if I can actually show you guys how I actually look. Hang on. I'm doing this. Hang on, this is happening. I'm still here, by the way. Just a lot smaller. Hold on. I'm doing this. I'm doing something here. There I am. See? I have such a beautiful dress on, yet you guys can't usually see it. See? I can do really cool stuff. See? Oh boy, a little too much showing there. Okay, and we're going back normal size now. Oh my god, I did not mean for that to happen. Oh shit. I should probably test those things out before I do it. That is funny. Oh my god, so fair. Okay, good, there we go. Much better. I'm like afraid to read the comments right now. Okay, I'm reading. My favorite food, which always freaks Americans out, is oh yeah, I read that. Okay, yeah. I know some people who like oysters or question mark. Love it. I did not need to do that. Okay, well I did, but I didn't expect the outcome to be. Okay, the less I talk about that, the better. Okay. Anyways, going back to crazy loss. I know of an MD who was falsifying data for papers, so he was fired. What? Falsifying data? Oh yeah, I've heard of that, guys. People, yeah, do falsify data so that their like the statistical measure looks better. He then sued for racism, forced a settlement, and did this several more times. But come on. I'm not gonna respond to that. A friend of mine works at a doctor's office that sued because she was fired for wildly poor performance. The suit claims racism and gender discrimination, despite virtually everyone there being a woman and a minority. They settled. Can't believe that woman got a penny. Ugh. Okay. Next. When I was on jury duty, we had a case where a woman was suing an ambulance company. She was in a minor car accident, was checked and questioned for any signs of injury or concussion. and passed them all. So she was picked up by a relative and taken home. 2 days later, she tripped on a rug, fell down her stairs, and broke her femur. She sued the company, claiming she'd had a concussion that had been giving her dizzy spells, and that they should have forced her to go to the hospital, despite her incredible reluctance on the scene to even allow the paramedics to talk to her. Oh, guys, that's kind of messed up. I mean, but that is kind of coincidental. Like, you just happened to fall down your stairs 2 days after your car accident. Yeah, that's, I don't know. I had a genuinely hard time not laughing when hearing the case as a potential juror, and then the asshole lawyers picked me, of course. Easiest 2 weeks of work I have ever had. You gotta love jobs that pay you your normal wages while on jury duty. Guys, I got a letter in the mail like a couple months ago that they're like, you have been selected to be on a jury. And while most people are like, I was like, yay, I want to be on a jury. And then when the time came, like, because they're supposed to pull everybody in, like a few people have kind of explained it already, but, you know, they give you a day and time in a courthouse and you have to show up there. And they have a whole bunch of jurors who come and they just want to see, like, you know, what cases you're fit for or not fit for. Or cool. But like, a day before I was supposed to show up, they're like, oh, we don't need you anymore. Like, the case is not proceeding, or I can't remember what the reason was, but for whatever reason, I didn't get to go. And I'm like, damn it. People who don't want to go have to go. And I want to go and I can't go. Like, serious? Like, not fair. Paramedic here. These are far more common than you think. Oh my God. But guys, isn't it a fact that sometimes it takes 24 hours for pain to set in? Like, she might not have felt stuff right away. So I don't know. Like, I might have to go with her on this one. Yeah. Yeah, Charlie Pumpkin QOTD. Let's go. Urkel. Well, it would be funny if I saw you one day as the jury. The Catirnity is just like sitting here with like giant pinkish purplish ears, which look like wolf ears, I've been told. In my case, all I'm getting are papers about silences. What does that even mean? That's fine. Wait, what? No one has mentioned the mobile phone did I just say phone? No one has mentioned the mobile phone lawsuit clusterfuck or patent trolls. Oh, patent trolls. Is that where people like patent stuff and that's not even possible yet? So that one day when someone actually tries to patent it, or they can sue them? Let's say it in a different way. I butchered that. Okay. Sounds good. Say it in a different way. Traveling Pumpkin. I don't know any weird suing cases. Oh, it's okay if you don't. You're going to see a whole bunch of crazy shit here today. Seriously. We have seen some crazy shit already, and we're going to keep seeing crazy shit. Like, and we're not talking about the shit from yesterday where we saw, like, literally shit going in holes. Stitch 42, do you like chocolate? Does it rain in the UK? Yeah. Sorry, I don't know why I said that. Yes, I love chocolate. Oh my God. I have a problem, guys. I have like a sweet tooth, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I am getting off sweets. Like, I'm trying not to eat sugar. And I know I'm a hypocrite because I'm eating bread. I'll eventually try to cut that out too. I bought 90% dark chocolate. I tried 99%, but it's way too strong. I even have 100%. It's crazy. Like, I can't eat it. It's too bitter. It literally gets stuck all over my teeth, and then when I smile, it looks like I have like brown teeth. But no, 90% dark chocolate is amazingly delicious. Like, I've gotten so used to it, I actually can't have regular chocolate anymore. It's too sweet for me. Yeah, I do like chocolate. Urkel, papers where I write up that I shall not talk about work done or what I'm doing. Wait, what? Papers where I write up that I shall not talk about work done or what I'm doing. Oh, shoot. Non-disclosure agreement? And sign it. Yeah. It's 42. You were about to leave if I said no? Come on. I am a chocolate fiend. Like, seriously. I have to... Yeah, I love it so much. It's bad. It's not. It's bad, people. Oh my god. I said no. Urkel, Patty, what? You could try stevia. I tried stevia. Okay, guys, be careful with shit like that. I did that in the beginning too, but yeah, it might not have an impact on your blood sugar, but it has an impact on your gut microbiome. So it really fucks up with your your healthy bugs and bacteria in your intestines. And in doing so, it creates inflammation, which in turn increases the insulin in your body, which in turn will, fuck up your body. So actually be careful with that shit. The only one I know of, trust me guys, I've done so much research on this shit. This is what happens when you're a sugar addict. Monk fruit is okay, but you use very little and it sweetens things. And it is very low glycemic. And if you guys don't know what that means, just ask. Traveling pumpkin, I don't like chocolate much. Yeah, I got that. I mean, you don't like Nutella? Who doesn't like Nutella? Oh my god, Nutella and peanut butter. Okay, guys, I have to stop talking about food. I'm getting hungry. God damn it. Urkel, let's say I work for the government sector too. Yeah? Stevia or better is chicory. Oh, okay, I don't know about chicory. Yeah, okay, maybe. Yeah, chicory might be good. But I've heard monk fruit is really good. But you have to be careful because sometimes when stores sell it, they mix a bunch of shit with it, which is like opposite. You want something that's low glycemic. Because, the glycemic index affects how much your blood sugar is. Chicory is like 5 times sweeter and you do not need that much of it. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, I could try something like that. But you see, part of the challenge is my brain, right? Like I know I'm like tricking my brain, but I don't want my brain to want sweet things. Do you know what I mean? Like that you were mentioning keto before. Like I want my brain to crave fatty stuff. I don't want it to crave sugar because if it craves sugar, then eventually I will get weak and, have something else too. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, like if I'm in like a hopeless desperation one day and I have to have like sugar, because that happens sometimes. So it's good to know like what I should at least focus on eating. Oh my god, Stitch 42, what is your favorite kind of chocolate? Do you like chocolate too? Her problem is that people put too much chicory in the food or drinks and you get gassy. Oh, okay, thanks for the heads up. Okay, I won't be doing that then. Oh my god. Wait, what? Basis of lawsuitabuse.org. Ooh, .org. No, it's educational when. Yeah, okay. Don't have too much chicory but you see what I mean? So that means it's affecting the bacteria in your gut, right? That's interesting. This lawsuit sure does stink. Oh. Okay. Oh, wow, guys, this is so, look at that. We just stumbled upon a really cool website. Man wants $6 billion over football stadium location? Okay. Are we watching this? Wait, it said video. I saw video. Oh, watch later. Cinema mode.
The New York Jets and New York Giants may be eliminated from the playoffs, but they're still in the running for the most ridiculous sports lawsuit of this season. A man is suing the Jets and Giants for false advertising, deceptive practices, and emotional damages. Not because of their terrible play, but because these teams both have New York in their names.
Oh, Traveling Pumpkin, okay. Oh, nice. Awesome, what are you gonna cook? Or, no, I don't want to keep you. If you gotta go, you gotta go. I will see you hopefully tomorrow. See you later. Happy cooking.
And play in New Jersey, and he's asking for $6 billion. Only in New York, or should I say New Jersey.
Oh my god, guys, that is so messed up. What? Rico, speaking of diet, how are you on it? Me, finally 50% done, 20 kilogram done. 20 kilograms? Holy shit. I'm trying to lose 20 pounds here and I can't lose 20 pounds. That keto really helped, and I can also finally start running without crashing my joints under my own weight. I love your I love your emotes. They're the best. No, that's great. Like, okay, yeah, I was doing keto for a while, and then it was going well, and then I ate some sugar, and then I had some more sugar, and then I just totally flopped on my keto. Okay, Urkel, you know what my problem is? Okay, I did intermittent fasting too, and holy shit, my weight dropped so fast. It was like freakish. And I felt really good. But then after a couple of weeks, I started putting weight back on, and then I realized, I'm like, holy shit, my body's metabolism adjusted for the amount that I was eating. And then I was freaking out because then I would barely eat anything and I would easily put weight on. Oh my God. Urkel, be happy you're a guy, because when you're a gal, your hormones fuck everything up. Seriously. Like, they affect your insulin, they affect your fat storage, they affect every fucking... That cat! Oh! God. All I got are kibbles and bits. Such 42, my brain fucking hurts. From what? The stupid lawsuits? Oh my God. Wait, woman claims alcohol-free beer has too much alcohol. What? Ugh, seriously? Okay, we're watching this. This and talking about diets. Why? What's wrong with that? One gotta be healthy. Okay, fine, let's watch some stupid shit.
A woman is suing Heineken over their new alcohol-free product, Heineken 0.0. The woman claims that the beer actually has up to 0.03% alcohol by volume and shouldn't be marketed as alcohol-free. Never mind that the Heineken 0.0 label complies with federal regulations that actually require it to be labeled alcohol-free. Even a loaf of ordinary bread has more alcohol in it, up to 1.9%. Maybe the lawyer who dreamed up this ridiculous lawsuit should be kicked out of the bar.
Is that for real? Oh, Hostage 42, I'm sorry. Yeah, the mods are a little strict. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. It must be really, like, strict or something. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Yeah, you gotta be super careful. The chat is like, I mean, I'm just using the default one on Twitch, but like, hey, gomenasai. Urkel, well, the issue with ketosis is about you still eating normally with only specific foods. Many people do the error and also decreasing the food intake and get Pikachu face when they start eating normal amount once they hit their target. Yeah. Dish 42, I think it's because I put a period. What? But then that would just be like actual miss, right? That's weird. I wonder why I would do that. I'm sorry. Urkel, it is then you type between words. It looks like a hyperlink to the bot. Oh, Urkel, oh, you're number one for figuring these things out. Seriously, way to go. Yeah, I couldn't figure this stuff out because like I'm not customizing it. It's literally the one that comes default. Maybe other people are changing it. I don't know. Sorry. It is okay, but I said you're speaking funny words to me, Miss Lady. Yeah. Funny words like ketosis and intermittent fasting and autophagy. I didn't mention that one. The process where your body consumes itself when it's in a fasted state of over 8 hours. Dish 42, I am blowing your mind. Come on. Okay, fine. I'll watch more lawsuit shit. Sounds like Harry Potter spells Expecto Patronum. Love Harry Potter. Oh my gosh. I am so impressionable, guys. Now I want to watch Harry Potter. Frickin' Urkel said like schnitzel the other day, and then all I wanted for the rest of the day was schnitzel. And I never got any, which was even more upsetting. Okay, what is this? Folgers versus Pop-Tarts. Coffee? Breakfast pastry, which gives you diabetes. Okay. Okay, sorry. I can't turn it off. I have to keep talking about health. I'm sorry.
we're serving up 2 more abusive food lawsuits. Which one will be judged the most ridiculous of 2021? Someone sued Pop-Tarts because their strawberry flavor contains more fruits than just strawberry. Apples, pears. How unappealing. Next up, a woman sued Folgers for millions of dollars because her canister of grounds didn't brew up as many cups of coffee as she'd like. Those caffeine withdrawals are rough. Our judgment for the most ridiculous lawsuit? Taking Pop-Tarts to court over their fillings. Case closed.
My gosh. Oh my god. Urkel, 9 kilos. Could you be able to get down by running or biking? You got a bike? Yeah, I do. I actually recently got it working again. But I have nowhere to like park it where I am because I'm in a rental, so like there's nowhere to actually park it. Once I figure out a place to park it, I will totally bring it over. But yeah, no, I do a lot of like strength exercises in the morning. So, but I do feel better. Like I feel stronger. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm just gaining muscle. Urkel, got a stationary bike. Whatever biking while watching videos, keep the weight in check. What if I go on a stationary bike while I chat with you guys? You'll hear this like in the background. That would be so funny. Oh my god, that's true. Alright guys, we're watching more, aren't we? What the heck? What is this? Fresh rolls versus golfing antics. What? What is this? Urkel, why not? If it's a good video. Yeah, let's watch. I know I keep turning off. There you go.
Court is now in session to judge the most ridiculous lawsuits of 2021. Our first contender sued King's Hawaiian because their sweet rolls were made in a bakery closer to where he lives and not in Hawaii. That's stale. Next, when a group of friends went golfing together and crashed 2 of their golf carts, they sued the golf course. Personal responsibility is just not their thing. Our judgment for the most ridiculous lawsuit? Suing King's Hawaiian because the rolls aren't baked in Hawaii. Case closed.
Oh my god, is that for real, guys? Okay, I think we're watching it. Also, strength training, do not burn the fat the same way as cardio. A strength workout enhances the number of fat burned during cardio. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I know it's not as much. I do like 20 minutes of walking every day. And then, yeah, 20 minutes of walking. And then I do like 40 minutes of like strength training. Maybe closer to 30. Dish 42, bro, you see Harry Potter spells? What? Lapendo. Does anyone remember that spell? Okay, what is this?
It's time to judge the most ridiculous lawsuits of 2021.
Yeah, another one.
When a gambler lost big time in Atlantic City, he doubled down and sued the casino to get his money back. Ouch! Tough loss, buddy. Contestant number 2 bit off more than she could chew when she sued Dunkin' Donuts. She didn't like the way steak in her breakfast sandwich was minced. The real beef was with her wallet. Our judgment for the most ridiculous lawsuit? The gambler who sued to get their money back from a casino. Case closed.
Yeah. If you go to a casino, you should just I literally expect that my money is not going to be there afterwards. I go to a casino knowingly understanding that my money will not be there after. Women, do some running. Try to hit 30 minutes at least once a week. I run 2 times a week, 1 hour. Okay, I'll run. You know, the problem is I don't have endurance. Like, I run and I'll be out of breath. I know you're going to be like, oh my god, it's because you're out of shape. I get it. But I've been like that since I was like a teeny tiny kid. I'm always out of breath. Like, I only ever did sprinting. I never could do like marathon running. I don't know, like some people would be like, oh, she has asthma. And then other people would say, no, she doesn't have asthma because she doesn't have that kind of breathing pattern. I don't know. I guess I should try it. But what about bicycling? Can I just do bicycling?
Meet our 2 contestants for the most ridiculous lawsuit of the year. This genius sued Tootsie Rolls because she thinks it's immoral and unfair that they contain sugar and fat. Yeah, that's why we call it candy. Our next contestant is just as picky. She didn't think Mrs. Smith's pie crust contained enough butter, so she sued them for a lot of dough.
What?
Flaky, but not satisfying. Our judgment for the #1 most ridiculous lawsuit of 2021? Suing Tootsie Rolls for being immoral. Case closed.
For being immoral? Yeah, okay. Nice. Cool. Cycling is good, but not as effective. Serious? Yeah, I guess so. I've really always enjoyed bicycling. Okay, fine. Fair enough. Okay, guys, we gotta watch the rest of these. We gotta watch them. Golf cart lawsuit thrown out after 10 years. Yeah, how much money did people... Immoral, yeah, WTF, right? What? Tootsie Rolls are immoral. What about, like, every other candy bar that's just sugar and fat? That's what makes it delicious, don't you know?
Today's ridiculous lawsuit reads like a script for Caddyshack meets My Cousin Vinny.
Would you like me to explain?
The first golf cart got in an accident, and the second golf cart swerved to miss it and landed upside down.
Oh, we saw
They decided to sue the golf course.
Wait,
but this comedy of errors is no joke.
Oh.
And their lawsuit dragged on for 10 years.
Well, we're waiting.
Until the courts finally threw it out once and for all. Come on, guys. You can't get any more ridiculous.
Oh my god. Okay, there's one more. We're watching that too. Want to make a bet? About what? I sure. Wait, but a bet about what? It depends.
Technology makes our busy lives easier. From video doorbells that help protect our home, to using our fingerprints to buy snacks at a vending machine. While we move further into a digital world, people in Illinois are stuck in the analog past, thanks to a law called the Biometric Information Privacy Act, or BIPA. BIPA regulates how businesses collect and store biometric identifiers, like taking digital fingerprints for clocking in and out of work. BIPA is complex and highly technical, making it difficult for businesses to know if they're correctly following the law. One unintentional and small mistake, and businesses can face an expensive lawsuit from anyone. Recent research has found that since 2015, plaintiffs' lawyers have filed over 900 lawsuits under BIPA. Lawyers win all the cash, while consumers like us lose out on the latest technology. BIPA should be a lesson in what not to do. Allow trial lawyers to open the floodgates for lawsuits.
Yeah, I think there was a case like that earlier. They said lawyers end up walking away with way more money than the person himself. Urkel, you win. I will gift you money for a neat mic. I win. You gotta play a game of my choice. Okay. Wait, but what's the bet? What's the bet for? You didn't explain that part. Although I like your terms. Okay, wait a minute. Next, let's go here. Let's see. Wait, what? I recall some old lady sued the studios of the film Drive for not showing enough driving in the film and feeling because of the trailers showing this as a whole lot, her opinion, it misguided her in her choice of watching the film. Okay. My first thought was, fuck her, Drive was awesome, but I will agree, there was not a whole lot of driving in that film. I don't know what movie that is, I never watched it. Okay. Urkel, you losing 9 kilos faster than me. My 20. 9 kilos? Wow. Oh my god. I wish I could lose 9 kilos. That's like almost 18 pounds, right? Yeah, that would be great. Okay, fine, but how do I prove that? Are you just gonna go on the honor system? And what's the time frame here? I need to know. This is getting interesting. Okay, let's see. Junior. Oh, wait. Because I still got 20 kilos to go. A month? A month? If I drop 9 kilos in a month, like, is that even humanly possible? I'm not gonna cut off my arm. What? Okay, so July 15th, let's say, because today's June 14th. July 15th. Wait, what day is July 15th? I'm gonna check my. July 15th is a Friday. Ooh. Okay. Or 20. Fuck that. Fuck that. I'll do 9. I'll do 9. Oh, July 20th. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that sounds way better. Let's do that. Okay, July 20th it is. Wednesday, July 20th. Okay, hang on, Urkel. I'm actually writing this down. You don't see me, but I have a notepad in front of me. Okay. July 20. 9 kilos. Wait, but how are we going to prove it? It's 42. You are the witness to this death. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Junior year in high school, my civics class sat in on a state Supreme Court case where the plaintiff was suing John Deere. John Deere makes really good tractors, farm equipment. Here's what went down. Oh, that is so cool. They actually got to sit in on the court case. That is like the best field trip ever. Dad's outside mowing the grass on his riding mower. He's just about finishing up the job. All he needs to do is finish off a stretch right next to his house. He switches his mower to reverse in order to save time. Let's set the scene. Guy in a platform of spinny blade death going backwards without looking near a blind corner of his house. How could this go wrong? Oh, God. Oh, his 2-year-old son happened to be playing outside while he was moving. Oh, while he was mowing. This is Reddit, so you could expect that the inevitable happens. Oh. Sorry, cough attack. Oh my God. I think I tried to like be surprised and swallow spit at the same time. Oh God. Okay, sorry. His 2-year-old son happened to be playing outside while he was mowing. This is Reddit, so you can expect that the inevitable happens. Okay, guys, give me 1 sec. I gotta drink some water. Sorry, guys. Okay, sorry. Back to this. The kid gets run over by his dad. At the end of it all, he loses both of his feet. Oh my God. The family takes John Deere to court, and it wound its way through the system before finally settling in the Wisconsin Supreme Court. The family claimed that the riding mower was not reasonably safe for users and people around the mower while it was in operation, with the inclusion of a reverse feature. Needless to say, Deere sweeped. Oh my God, that's horrible. It's the guy's fault. Are you serious? First of all, it's a 2-year-old. Why are you not watching your 2-year-old? Second of all, why are you not watching where you're reversing? God. Urkel, I don't know, take pic before and at goal. And just blur face? Maybe. We will figure this out in some weird way. It's about the fun. Oh no. Yes. Sorry, I just read all your messages at once. Yeah, we'll figure out a way. Maybe we just take a picture of the scale. I think that would be better. Seriously though, I won't make it up. It is like my dignity is on the stand here, so I can't make this shit up. I will be honest with you. So yeah, I will be straightforward. Okay. What is happening? Maybe. I remember a teacher I had in high school that brought a book that had 1,000 plus strange facts. One that has always stuck with me is that an elderly lady took God to court to sue him for destroying her house with a tornado. God didn't show up, so the lady won. What? Is this for real? She didn't win anything except the case against God. You don't show up to court, you lose. God, geez, so much for knowing everything. I would have totally showed up wearing a fake beard and a robe claiming to be God representing myself. Oh, that's too good. Oh, they should have done that. Yeah, just silly fun and a little bit of rivalry. Okay, make the God pay. That sure will end well. And yeah, okay, sounds good, Urkel. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this for sure. Let's see. A high school friend's brother jumped a fence and ran through a neighbor's private property. He stepped on a nail. His family sued and won. Such horseshit. Are you kidding? How is that fair? That is ridiculous. Wow. I seem to recall a lawsuit several years ago where a father sued a high school basketball coach for moving his son to JV. JV? Prison? I don't know. Apparently, the father felt this move would have long-lasting financial implications, as his son's NBA career was basically over due to this one malicious coaching decision. What the hell does JV stand for? Okay, I don't think it's Juvie. A quick Google search shows me that this is still happening quite often. Keep it classy, moms and dads. Oh my god. Oh my god. My mother is in a lawsuit with IBM who is suing her for the money they put towards her master's degree because she quit too soon. Oh yeah, apparently some companies pay for your education. The only reason she quit was because she was told she would be laid off in a few months and found another job before that. I think that's really reasonable. It's gone to court twice. IBM hasn't shown up either time, but for some reason the court won't throw out the case. That is not... Okay, we saw the Michael Jordan one. I remember hearing a story of one surfer suing another for stealing his wave. Judge determined a wave has no monetary value and threw out the case. Weird. Yeah, it's funny because that's totally weird. Oh my god. I can't find the article right now. On a road trip and typing this on a phone, but I heard of a guy who broke into a house while the family was on vacation and got locked in the basement or garage. He survived on cat food and Pepsi for a week. The family... Wait, what? What? Sued the family and won. Oh my god. Is that for real? What? I heard on the news this morning that the parents of a child were suing the child's school for banning his religiously themed candy canes at the school. The outcome was basically that the principal of the school got a slap on the wrist. That's not how you spell principal, people. It's P-A-L. But the parents didn't get any money out of it, which they shouldn't have, in my opinion. Oh my god. Wait, it sounds ridiculous until you read the actual pleadings in the case. The argument is not that fast food is making the kids fat, but that fast food was lying about what was in their food. You'll probably say, yeah, but everyone knows fast food is bad for you. Yes, everyone knows that fast food is bad for you now, and it's because of lawsuits like this one. Ooh, touché. That's interesting. My father let his buddies convince him to bring my mother to court to try to get his child support reduced. He did pay a huge percentage of his income, but neither parent made much, and there were 3 of us kids to support. Anyway, his reasoning to the judge was that he was very bad with money, and my mother was very good with money, so to her, the money was worth more, and to him it was worth less. What? Are you serious? I love the fast food makes me fat once. Yeah. Sure, right? No fast food for us, Urkel. It had been a few years since the payments were calculated, and he had gotten a few small raises, so he actually ended up paying more instead of less. Sometimes you don't want to open up a can of worms. Backstory. Guy works at an office and keeps what he calls FBFJ. What? Fat Bitch Food Journal. Oh my god. Of a mean, obese lady at his office. She is so obese that she caused the toilet to be ripped from the wall and fell on the ground, hurting herself. She sued the office and lost. Okay. I don't know what's weirder about that. About the fact that she did that and sued the office, or that the guy keeps that journal. What the fuck? Some heavyweight. Oh, Urkel, do you remember the toilet yesterday? There was a toilet on the wall, and there was like way up high on the wall, and there was like handlebars up there too, and we're just like, how the fuck would you get up there? The toilet was higher than the sink on the wall. We're just like, what? Hard to carry case. Good one. A good one. Good. My first aid instructor decided to become a lifeguard when on an isolated beach in southern northwest NSW? Australia. Okay, I don't know what NSW. He saw a man pulling a guy out of the surf. The guy's fin on his surfboard had lacerated his leg. Ooh, a massive open wound and a cut femoral. The guy who pulled the surfer out is a doctor and begins CPR as the surfer is out due to blood loss. He advises the kid to use his belt and make a tourniquet. The leg is amputated and the guy spends a long time in hospital and then proceeds to sue the 16-year-old for applying the tourniquet and saving his life. Yeah, do you not know what a tourniquet is for? It prevents your freaking body from bleeding to death. After a long court case, a series of doctors confirmed that he had not acted. Had he not acted, the surfer would have died and the kid was acquitted. He then went on to become a lifesaver. Top bloke. What? Wait, when you're acquitted, okay, guys, you know, you're like, oh my God. I thought that meant the other way. Oh, free someone from a criminal charge. Oh, okay. Oh, the one mounted on the wall? Yeah. Like really high on the wall, like higher than the sink. Oh, fun times, guys. Yeah. What? It's always a scary thought. Like, you see someone in a bad situation and you want to help, but like, you're always scared. Like, what the fuck? What if they sue you? But then the jury should see it your way, shouldn't they? Like, you're just trying to help them. And it's your duty. That is new even for, yeah. Telling you, there's some freaking shit out there. Now we're all gonna be afraid to walk on the streets. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, it has been so much fun, but now I need to go make myself a Nutella and peanut butter sandwich because you guys keep talking about food and it's making me hungry. Damn it. So yeah, yeah, today was a lot of fun. Oh my gosh. It's always a lot of fun with you. Tomorrow we're looking at things that can get hacked that you didn't know could get hacked. Like, do you know that you can hack traffic lights to turn green? Yeah, that's what we're looking at tomorrow. Giving me a head start. Oh. Oh. I think I know why it did that. I think it was making you sense. Oh yeah, good luck to us on our bet. Absolutely. You betcha. I think we're gonna do great. And honestly, if we both win, that's like better for both of us. Right? All right. All right. I will see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Always fun chatting with you guys. Wait, did it really pick that part? What? Yeah, it did. No, it's just the grammar. Instead of saying giving me a head start, if you say giving me head, it means something. I'm not gonna talk about that here. But it's okay. I know what you meant. Don't worry. The bot, I know. Don't worry about it. You're all good or killed. All right. I will see you tomorrow. Ciao.